What's going on? It's your dog Art Man the Great. We're back with another boxing conversation. Look, shit's getting crazy out here in this boxing world. In the welterweight division specifically, we got, or we were supposed to have, Virgil Ortiz versus Stanosis and Villa versus Boots. But it looks like we just getting Villa versus Boots this weekend. Yeah, and it's due to Virgil Ortiz pulling out of the fight due to health reasons. Man, we're going to talk about it, but I'm just waiting till my people get in here before we really start chopping it up. In the meantime, I'm about to roll up that pressure real quick. Yeah, man, shit's getting real in the welterweight division. Like, I don't know, man. Niggas getting sick. Like, you know, they say you really don't go into a fight 100%. This motherfucker was not even close to 50 is what I'm hearing. Man, so, but my thing is a lot of people saying, well, he needs to just go up. He needs to just go up and wait. I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, is this nigga even okay to even do anything? Like, what's going on with this dude? I know it's against the law to tap into somebody's medical records and stuff like that. But we got to see what the fuck is going on because the stuff is just not adding up. It's not. Shit ain't happening up. Man. Let me roll up my cigarette real quick. Yeah, shit's getting real. Let me send this link out.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Man, I don't think this should send a notification out to let people know I'm on. Hold on. Oh, yeah, my dude's in the chat. Shout out to my dude, King Corleone. Salute Art Man in the chat, man. I don't know what's going on with Virgil Ortiz, but it looks like we're not getting a big welterweight between Boots and him. But I've been calling, like, it's like a lot of dudes that people were saying is the next up. I mean, I've been saying it, like, I don't know about that. Like, Conor Ben, I feel like I was one of the first few people sounding an alarm on him.
When did people ever say Conor Ben was next up? Was people ever talking that shit?
My dude Skinny.
Oh, Southern T.
Yeah, Southern T.
I think that might have just been personal. Like he personally liked Conor Ben's style. I don't think he for real thought he was next up.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man. But what you think about your dog Virgil Ortiz, man?
I mean, it's really simple. His team is trying to wait out 147 because they figure that the belts are about to scatter after this fight. They feel like they're probably about to go to 154 for a rematch. So they're trying to cash out at 154, and apparently they're willing to stake Virgil's life on it. That's basically what's happening. His team seems relatively incompetent, especially considering this has happened before. They've been through this exact same thing, and they're still not trying to hear it. So I guess they're not going to be happy until something happens to Virgil. But I mean,
They said and they said the man they fainted and his pops had to give him mouth to mouth.
he didn't faint. They said that he was borderline asphyxiation, like on some borderline cardiac arrest type shit. And one thing I thought was kind of messed up was that Golden Boy said that he pulled out of the fight himself when, in fact, he wasn't cleared by the commission to fight. That was fucked up on Golden Boy's part.
Wait. He wasn't even cleared by the commission to fight?
No, yeah, Oscar's statement basically is a lie. Apparently, it was confirmed that the doctors and the commission would not allow him to fight. Oscar said that he pulled out of the fight. Virgil's still trying to actually make it happen. So why Oscar is fucking over his talent, I have no idea.
It's crazy because Golden Boy they told or Oscar, he told motherfucking Ryan, we really don't fuck with you like that. The next one on top is Virgil Ortiz. He's the real deal.
Oh, yep, surprise, motherfucker. Surprise. Yeah, no, I don't know what the hell's going on over there in that stable. And then Zerto's fat ass ain't been near a ring since he weighed in 12 pounds over, and he's already at 175. So just a lot of mismanaged talent at that camp.
You mean
Really.
that where did you see that report that the commission didn't approve of him?
I saw it confirmed from multiple sources. I believe there was a member, someone sharing something from Virgil's team, but I saw it on Twitter. And I'm not gonna lie to you. The main reason I believed it is because Oscar De La Hoya is a habitual liar. All he does is lie and fuck people over. So I personally believed it, and I also believe that Virgil's crazy enough to still want to fight.
Let me see what Jake Donovan said on this motherfucker.
But it's sad. I mean, because even a fully healthy Virgil, this fight still would have been his toughest test yet. And to be honest, like he needs to just stop fucking with 154, maybe even move up to 160.
Is he even healthy enough to even consider scrapping?
Hell no. Hell no. Not right now. After this, you need a CPR resuscitation. You're going to basically have to rework your way back to your off-season weight and take probably 8 months off to make sure your kidneys and everything are functional, and then maybe try to fight again next year. But this year, this shit is over. You better shut all that shit down before you end up dead. It's just,
When his cousin see if he can get one of them construction jobs.
oh, no, that's fucked up.
Boxing may not be it, but I'm just saying. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My dude L Dog said, "What's up, Art Man and D?" He said, "Salute to Art Man." Shout out to everybody in the chat for sure, man. Shout out to everybody shopping Art.
Oh, what's up, Eli?
No, specifically. Shout out to
What's up,
everybody.
everybody?
Shout out to everybody shopping Art Man, artmanapparel.com. Y'all keeping me super fucking busy, man. Man, I gotta go to the post office with about like fucking 15, 20 packages, dog. Shit. Man, y'all working me. But shout out to everybody, man. And shout out to Al Heyman specifically, too, for fucking blessing us with these good-ass fucking fights. I don't know how they doing that over there at Golden Boy, but over here at PBC, fights ain't getting canceled. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen. Villa
Too
versus
bad.
Boots.
Too bad Stanionis ain't get his little shine.
I picked him to win, too, so it's
A lot of people did, and now I'm not gonna lie. If they ever fight, Stanionis probably gonna whoop his ass. And I was thinking to myself too. I feel bad for whoever Stanionis fights next because this man off of 2 camps, like is over. He hungry. So whoever fight him next that's not Boots is probably gonna get knocked the fuck out.
If I'll Stanosis, man, I'll be sitting with my team. Can you sue Golden Boy?
For breach of contract, probably. But, I don't think he wants to do that right now, considering the reason why they weren't able to fulfill their end was because Virgil had health issues. But I would ask them for some bread. I'd be like, you need to cough up some of the purse, or else I will file a lawsuit for breach of contract because this is some bullshit.
If I'll Stanosis, man, I'd just chill out and just push for the winner of Villa versus Boots.
Man, that step aside bread ain't all that. He living in Los Angeles from Lithuania. He probably needs some money. You over there not earning a check. You living in Los Angeles at the wild card gym. This shit is probably running low. You probably depending on this person. Not to mention you've had 2 full camps and no paycheck.
I know niggas gotta eat. Damn, that's
bro. And I think he got a woman. I think he got a woman too. So yeah, nah, he might have a kid. Like it's terrible.
You got coaches you gotta pay. You got bills. Man, it's over here probably crazy too. Bad living in LA.
Yeah. And you're not just paying anybody. You paying for Marvin Samodio at the Wild Card Gym. So this ain't Indio, California, where you could pay Joel Diaz $15.75 and get him to coach all year. Like, nah, this is You got to pay rent, and you got to pay for Freddie Roach's gym, all the sparring partners, all that shit.
What's up with this guy Ortiz, man? At this point, I need to see some paperwork, nigga. I need to see some paperwork. What Bernard Hopkins say? I need to see some medical records. I need to see all that shit because you could be taking heads, nigga, and this could be side effects of heads that you taking to try to make weight.
That's
Right.
true. And
That,
and and
I'm a wrong nigga, right? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. What's the third time?
that's
What's the third time now? Who we shaming this time? Because some ain't adding up, man. We got to speak on that shit.
that's true. It could very well be the Pets because I remember, if you people remember, Blair the Flair, who was over there at Golden Boy, was sounding the alarm, and Virgil Ortiz and his team actually threatened a lawsuit to get him to stop talking.
So
So that,
I missed
yeah, so that
it. Oh,
Yeah, that could be some shit in and of itself. But honestly, this is not the first time they've complained of weight problems. And honestly, they fucked Virgil over by trying to start him at 140. That was stupid in and of itself. They tried to keep him making 140, and then that didn't work. So now he's struggling, missing weight all the time at 147. And last time he almost died fighting McKinson.
these niggas are fucking crazy, man. Just fight at your weight class. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Y'all niggas be so scary. Like, what the fuck?
They see dudes like Boots. They see dudes like Boots that's huge. They're like, well, shit. If he could do it, we could do it. And it's like,
I was talking to a pro recently, and he told me, I'm gonna just say, fuck it. I was talking to my guy V. Sean Owens, right?
okay.
And we're talking about the Fedora situation. And he said, yeah, and moving up and weight and this and that. He said, yeah, man, sometimes it's hard to get fights and around your weight class. So fuck it. He just took the chance and just jumped up to 154 to fight Fedora, even though this nigga fights at like 140, you know?
Yeah.
Is that some people don't want to fight at the weight classes because the niggas be big as shit, man. You don't know who you gonna fight.
Yeah, and honestly, I honestly blame the heavyweight division because at first heavyweights used to look like normal dudes. They used to look like normal dudes that you could find working security at the mall. Now all of a sudden heavyweight is nothing but like G League NBA niggas, and there's height requirements. So I think that pushed everyone down. So the heavyweights of yesterday are now the cruiserweights of today. The cruiserweights of yesterday are now the light heavyweights of today, and it had a trickle down effect. Because heavyweights was never a game of height until you had the big men come out. You had the Lennox Lewis, you had the fucking, the Foreman. You had like the
Chose. Yeah.
yeah, you had like the really big men, and then you had like massive dudes like Valuev. They changed the whole fucking game.
Because dudes like Sonny Liston weren't even that big.
Not at all.
Even Usyk, I can find Usyk working at Target right now. Usyk is like one of the rare regular built heavyweights, but even then he would be big for the 1980s on back because he's 6'4". He would be considered a big dude.
Oh, you said 1980s back. I can say Riddick Bonin was some big boys though, but I feel from the 80s on back. You sure right.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
my blunts in boxing, man. What's going
My
on?
bad. What's up with you, brothers, man? Blessings, man.
What's
Shit,
up?
we just chopping it up about this Virgil Ortiz situation, man. I just feel
We
like
don't believe you. We need more
more people.
people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I, I'm not one of them dudes that's gonna be like, all right, get well soon type shit. Because we already said get well soon. Now this is some other shit going on, nigga. Yeah,
Damn.
we didn't get.
God damn.
I was like, damn, about this, man. You like you took a shot at me. I just said get well soon to the man, man. God damn, bro.
I'm just saying, like, not saying I want this nigga to, have
Oh
a hard
no.
time getting healthy. I'm just saying, like, we need some type of explanations.
Yeah, something is
What
up, bro.
we tired
Something is
of,
up.
we tired of the fucking blanket statements from fucking what you call again, Golden Boy.
And they still going on with the event.
Yeah, they're gonna have Kid Austin is the main card, which
What?
But
oh
Mott
yeah.
is on. Mott is on. They really got me, boy. That 250 they snatched off my account, boy. That's crazy. The only fight I was hyped about all year on their fucking network get canceled. That's crazy. I like
dude.
And
Laura Wood, but this was
It's
what
like
I was
everybody
amped
shitting
about.
on Al Heyman just looking real crazy right now. And I'm like,
Man, it's so funny to go see according to bullshit and all those little weird little Twitter
oof.
accounts who were just talking about the backtrack. All they got is jokes now. And I always say when you run out of facts, you just start telling jokes. That's when you ain't got nothing else to say no more. All the going out of business and motherfuckers
Why
posting
would you?
stocks and
Why
shit
would
like
you even
this.
preach that shit? And like, it was this fat Mexican dude with a low. He in his Abby picture, he's in a low rider, and he's talking about Steven Espinoza and them going broke. They're about to fire him and all that shit. Now you got Steven Espinoza fucking getting hella clouded up on Twitter right now, nigga, and you looking dumb, crazy.
Ring Magazine just posted an article talking about some boxing is broken like a month or two ago, and then this month it's the cover of Spence and Crawford. Like
I
just
know, right? And
what money are they even using to fund Ring Magazine? Because I damn sure ain't buying that
it
bullshit.
gotta be some motherfuckers who just sponsor the shit. You feel me? Like some advertising.
at this point, I feel like I'm selling more shirts than they selling magazines.
Right? Because
You probably are.
I haven't bought a magazine since I was a fucking child. So I'm like, I don't.
No, real shit, real
Damn,
fuck,
I want to see Stanny Onis pull that off. I was going, man,
man.
I was thinking Stanny because they kind of got the same style, like a little bit like as far as just come forward and shit. Like that would have been a good ass fight. I was looking forward to that shit, man. I wanted Ortiz to one of
That's
them niggas to
bad, but it's like
because I had boots ready
you
for
know what that
either
type of
one of
stuff
them.
does, man. It it makes us angry as fans. It makes us disappointed. Like nigga, you let us on. Like no wonder we ain't seen no fucking fight camp footage of you niggas fighting or
I
trying.
mean,
Somebody just said how they didn't see no promo for that this week. Like how motherfuckers just wasn't no promo. They probably knew this shit well before.
I mean, of
That's
course
fucked
they
up for
knew
Stanny Onis, man.
because it happened once before. And if y'all remember when Castano was training for Jamel, he was sparring with Virgil Ortiz, and Virgil Ortiz looked bigger than him. Like
Sparring who?
that should have been a sign right there. Like, bro, you're already bigger than most of the light middleweights. Get your ass up there.
You said when he was sparring who?
He was sparring Brian Castano,
Oh
and
yeah, picture.
they were standing right next to each other, and Virgil looked bigger than him. And we all know Castano's heavy as shit.
Castano was I feel that. Like Jay, I think he need to go up to 154 or 160.
Either one to where he doesn't die trying to make weight. Like if it's got to be if 147 is too short of a jump, yeah, go right to 160. Especially because 160 is ass, so he'll have an easier time up there anyway. 160 ain't got nobody there. I mean, shit. Even Jaime McGee left 160 there with so little smoke.
Man, I just wish I hate my boy Maul ain't in the fold, man. I hate when people, man, shit hurts my heart to speak of 160 like it's just a trash division when that man, I don't know what that man going through. I hope he get it together, bro. Do you believe what they said as far as Jamel being a last minute replacement, or you think they didn't knew this, or you think Cop and them trying to cover their ass by saying they always knew, or do you think that Jamel was the last minute replacement?
I don't believe that Jamel was a last minute replacement. I think he is a replacement, but I don't think it was last minute. Everybody know for the last year and a half that Jamal's career has been hanging by a thread due to his personal issues. I believe that Jamel was running his mouth to always be in a position to replace his brother because they are twins.
I
So I
feel
don't think. So I think he was I don't think he was a last minute replacement, but I think it was a replacement. But I'll never forgive Jamal for this shit. Because the reality is the only solution for inactivity is activity, and
Right.
you get a chance to redeem yourself in one fight, and you punk out. Like, nah, dog. Like, just don't get away from me. What are you gonna do?
I can
What are you gonna do to top this?
I couldn't
Punk
imagine.
out is a harsh
I
word.
couldn't
It's a
imagine
harsh.
my brother picking up something for me because I was slacking.
I don't know the severity of the trip, so I can't say that, man. But I do. I felt the same sentiments toward people who felt like Jamal shouldn't take that fight. I was like, man, fuck that. This your chance to, like you say, to redeem everything and just come back in one fight. And I feel like you got the skill set to beat him. So this ain't no
Definitely.
fight that you shouldn't take. But I don't know what he going through, man. As a person who went through that type of shit, it do affect work. Who watching the kids while I'm training, what type of situation, you don't know what's going on. Like it be a lot deep, man. But at some point after 2-3 years, like you be thinking like you ain't got shit together yet to get your ass back in that ring. But either way it go, Jamel, I think Jamel fuck around pull it off though, so it's a good look either way. But I just hope Jamel could take them shots from Canelo because that's gonna be tough. But shit.
Yeah, gotta keep that lead hand up. Keep that lead hand up.
Oh
Keep the
my
jab
god.
active.
I sent the link to my guy Dripper. Cause here's a little fun fact. Me and Dripper, we lived in the same area and I went to the same school as Virgil Ortiz in Texas. And Dripper used to tell me about this guy, Virgil Ortiz, and say, oh man, he's this and that. I used to say, man, I don't know. Now I don't know. Now he don't want to talk boxing today.
The nigga say I want to talk boxing today.
I mean,
He wants to talk boxing today.
Virgil's skills. Virgil. No one questioned Virgil's skills. He's just a weight bully, and that's all it really is. He's just a severe weight bully, and he's gonna die if he doesn't get his shit together and move up in weight. He's not going to be able to successfully compete. He needs to move up.
Is this the same
Like a
similar
mouth to
thing
mouth.
that T.O. had?
No, I don't. Well, Tio claims he had fucking asthma, which I think is some bullshit.
No, he got
But
asthma for real.
he actually killed. So we confirmed through medical records he has asthma.
Yeah, they said he been had asthma. I seen him using the respirator and all that shit.
I mean, this is
But
just because you
that's
put on
not
the fucking oxygen mask. I mean, you got
not
asthma.
using the nebulizer.
Mm. I want to talk to Dirk. I want to know where Dirk at.
Where is Dirk, man? And I'm glad I got my brother Bruce on here, man. What's up with this guy Shakur, man? He been having a real bad. He been real bad.
He need to stay off Twitter, man. He need to.
Man, he got. I don't know if
These
that
cats
quote,
ain't learned, man.
I don't know if that
Like
quote from Tank is new, or if he sent that shit through the fucking the phone call through prison. I mean
That's
jail.
just from January.
that's from
Oh,
January,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just from January.
Circulated it today. That's fucked up. Your own network circulating that shit. That's fucked up.
Stay your ass on Twitter, Shakur. Respond to me again and give up some more details.
Man,
Ah,
bro, this nigga D Hive got this nigga Shakur fucking deleting tweets.
ah.
What the
It's so funny to me because we would have never known about the 25% if he hadn't have said that dumb shit. That's
Hey, that's
hilarious.
why I say you just need to stay off Twitter with that shit, man. He just killing himself, man. He just
Oh god.
learn from how
because
he do the negotiations behind the scenes,
because
bro. These boys.
there's some people
That
saying
shit priceless.
shout out to my dude Dripper, but there's some people saying, okay,
Sure with him, my boy.
25% is too low, and then there's some people saying, what the fuck? He offering you something, you better take that shit and beat this nigga. The way you be talking,
That shit is funny as fuck. Especially because number one, everybody says Devin Haney's putting his health at risk by staying at 135 and he's willing to do it anyway for no respect. Number two, people say that Devin has no chance to beat you. So what is we talking about? What is we talking about?
It's a risky fight for Devin. But if you ain't earned shit at 135 to get, and if it's true that the 25% is more than he ever made in any fight, I don't know how true that is, but if that's true, you really need to take the fight, like because everything is set in stone
and
if you win, like. But all this old
let's
half-ass
let's
faking,
let's set it straight. People talking about he coming into this fight of a undefeated former champion. Let's put it in perspective. He's coming into this fight as a former champion that was stripped, fighting at a brand new weight class, requesting to fight a fighter that's on his way out for all four of his belts. He wants to get paid probably more than the mandatory split, which is around 25%, 30%.
It's less than 25, which is hilarious. I put it on Twitter. That shit is trash. The real mandatory split is like 17%, some shit like that.
yikes.
I heard it varies through like certain organizations.
My biggest thing is people say that you absolutely washed Devin Haney. Devin Haney has no shot. So go on and show us. Go on and show us, whoop his ass for all 12 rounds or knock him out, do whatever. And then you can demand a big piece of chicken from everybody except Tank for the rest of your life. Done. What is we talking about?
Flat out, good money.
Bro,
Right.
I literally had a conversation with my casual cousin, He tagged me on Facebook and said, "Man, did you hear about this 25%?" Said, "Man, I don't know if I'll take that if I was Shakur." And then I had to break it down to him. I'm like, bro, you understand that if he goes in this fight and wins, now he can make fucking triple of that against whoever he wants to fight, besides guys like Tank or whatever.
Right.
And
Like I said, he get to demand the big piece of chicken from everybody except Tank for the rest of his
take
life. That's
all
it.
four belts, and then you already claiming you could beat him. And then my cousin, he was like, "Man, that do make sense. I don't know why he ain't taking it. Just take that shit." If casual
And
niggas can see
and
that
what you
shit,
don't do if you don't do that, go smoke Loma. Go do that. Build your profile up. Like at least Haney got some profile fights, some pay per view. Like he done done some shit, bro. Like you have done nothing at 135. Go get Loma out the way. Like
bro,
that'll be impressive if you could show that you did better against Loma than Devin Haney did or whatnot. Like prove yourself. Like I just don't feel like he in no position to demand anything. Like I fuck with Cuz and I think he'll fuck around and win, but the reality is, bro, your profile ain't up there to be walking in there demanding shit. Like, that's just a bold request from a nigga who ain't really done nothing on a major scale like that. You know what I mean?
So look, I just wanna chime in and say this real quick. First
go
of
ahead.
all, how y'all doing? How was y'all 4th of July?
Shit was good. I was chilling,
Bless,
barbecue and
No,
man.
shit.
I didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
I just want to hear somebody say they didn't do anything either.
yeah,
Fuck
me
the
neither. I was
Yeah,
kind of like, what
I didn't
happened
really do
for?
anything.
court. All right, but hold on real quick. Just want to say this real quick. Shakur is tripping. I will agree with y'all on that. He definitely should have took that money. Haney did it. If he wanted the belt so bad, he would have did it too. So it's something there. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see what's going on behind the business of boxing, what they're trying to do. But yeah, Shakur definitely ducked that. But fuck that, Virgil, bro. Y'all don't do my boy Virgil like that, all right?
Man, ain't no way to do it, man.
I'm
He's
just saying, bro. You
I want him to succeed, but his health is in bad shape.
right? So we're not gonna talk about him bad and say he's a drug cheat because he ain't never popped
I
dirty.
I ain't
He's
saying he's
just sick.
drug cheat. I'm just saying
Wouldn't
like
Oh
mind some
well,
medical
Blair.
records or two. I
Well,
wouldn't mind a medical record or two. Yeah, that's all.
Well, Blair the Flair said that shit. I didn't say it.
yeah,
I'm just saying, my boy is a fucking monster.
was a monster.
I mean, he still is.
Oh
You're not gonna do
damn!
that,
Jesus
bro. You're
Christ.
not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that, bro.
Nah, that's fucked
Fuck,
up, man. I hope that nigga get better though. That's
There
fucked
we
up.
go, bro. We gotta
that's
hope,
fucked up.
good health for him. Shit, he come back. If he not the
Man, you
same,
know,
he not the same. If he
I
is,
think
shit.
I think he gonna take like a whole year off and come back at like 160.
You got to now because this is a recurring issue, and he needed mouth to mouth resuscitation. You have to assess. We have to see if he can even live his regular life, let alone the life of an elite professional athlete.
Yes,
That's
I can
crazy.
agree there.
Off 147, and then Shakur want niggas to drop down to 135, fight him for more than 25%. It's crazy, man. All I'm
It's
saying,
just weird. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
nah, it's just weird that this can happen 3 times. Like, what's going on with that? Like, can we get some type of explanation?
I mean, I don't know, the people are calling it Rab, like RHAB for short, like Rambosis, or I can't recall the medical term at this time because it's a lot of syllables and I forget what it's called, but that's what keeps happening, and where it's creating a lot of scar tissue and it's exerting extra force on the kidneys to where it's causing preliminary organ failure and lack of functionality. So it's like his look. So his father said the first time because he dropped weight too fast. He's saying because he's overtraining. A lot of people are suspecting it's the same thing, but this only happens when it's time to weigh in. So clearly, it's related to losing weight. And
Man,
again, this is someone who's always struggled with weight issues. They tried to start him at 140. He couldn't make 140. He complained about it, so he grew out of it. At 147, he was missing weight left and right. And then with the McKinson fight, he was hospitalized with the same exact issue. This time, it was worse. If they keep playing, this is going to be a wrap.
so he might as well just jump up 2 weight classes, huh? Maybe even 3.
Not three. That's a lot. Let's maybe one. Start with one and maybe two maximum. But I mean, honestly, like I said, 160 be a better spot for him because the talent pool is more limited anyway.
I think he should come back and try to do like a little catchweight fight.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga. Nigga like Adamas big as fuck. He'll beat the fuck out of Virgil Ortiz, bro, at 160, man. Come on.
Man, J Rock was putting hands on Adonis. I think Virgil, give him a fight or two, see how it look. He can start taking people like
I
Adonis.
gotta think he looked like size wise because Adamas, when I seen him, bro, I was front row. This nigga is fucking big, man. He kind of
I
flat
tell you this.
too.
I tell you this. Virgil, go up and wait, get one fight in, and whoop on Janabek ass.
You think
Yeah,
he'll
man.
whoop Janet back?
Eh,
Yeah, I think so. Janabek almost got taken out by Denzel Bentley, somebody who got knocked out in the third round by a motherfucker who can't even punch.
Yeah, that's real.
Or try to go for a big ass money fight, a mega Mexican fight versus somebody like Munguia or shit, depending on how you can do the weight. I don't know.
Yeah, Munguia. Yeah, exactly. Munguia, or have Munguia bring his ass down. He ain't doing
Yeah,
nothing special to where he
meet
can't
at
come
like
down.
60, 62. Get a little catch weight going on in there.
Yeah. Actually, wait. I think Munguia, because Munguia passed out of the weigh-in fighting Ballard. I think that's why he moved up. So maybe he was struggling too. Goddamn, Golden Boy got all these motherfucking big
Fat
ass people can't
boys.
make weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Zerto fat ass missed weight by 12 pounds at 175 his last time out. I don't know where the fuck he at.
that nigga was drinking, doing coke, all that. Forgot he had a fight.
So how
Nigga
y'all
pulled a
think how y'all
Benavidez.
think Boots Villa goes?
Man, I was just watching Villa versus Rashidi Ellis, the highlights or whatever, some extended version of the highlights. And I was thinking to myself, like, this nigga Speedy Ellis, he can't fucking punch worth a damn. God damn, he was hitting him with some clean shit. He wasn't even like moving this dude really. Or just maybe Villa's just got a hard head. But
I think it's a combination of the two.
I think
I
it's
was
close.
thinking to myself, man, Boots and his punch selection is way too crazy for this dude. Like, and then on top of that, he got power too. Or maybe let's test that power out against somebody with a good chin. Let's see how it looks. But I'm thinking if Boots' power is really that, how it looked in the previous fights, he's gonna probably get this dude out around like round 4, round 5.
I
Boots
got it in
got
the
the clean.
6-7 range.
I got 6'7". Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah.
got it in the
Yeah,
5 range.
Y'all think it's gonna
because
be a real stoppage or it's gonna be like a referee stoppage?
I think
A
it's gonna be a
referee
ref
stoppage.
stoppage.
A knockout.
yeah, or maybe I don't know, or maybe depending on the damage, his team might call it because they realize even with this loss, their stock is still high, and they don't want to take too much damage against Boots.
Mm.
Yeah, I can dig it. He tailor made for Boots though.
But
Yeah,
I
he
can
gonna move
also
it.
see Boots get hit with some shit by this dude because
Yeah,
he
that's what I
does
was
punch.
thinking
He
about.
does punch with dudes though. Did
And
you notice that?
he's been caught by lesser opposition. And I don't mean just a nigga just touched him. I mean like getting countered, trying to trade. Then you see him back up a little bit, reset, get back in there. So, I don't know, but I will say
I ain't really
he's
never seen
Rashidi
Boots get
Ellis.
backed up for real. Like I think people make a little hype about when he do get hit, and I don't think he get hit a lot actually. But
No, what I'm saying is he gets hit, and you could tell because some fighters get hit and they'll stay in the pocket. When Boots get hit, he literally will take a step back, reset. He don't get pushed back. He just get out the way, like, all right, I ain't finna let you catch me one of them again. And then that's
yeah,
when he get back to boxing. But those have always been, we've always seen that against people who really ain't punching. Shit, Villa can punch. Either he could punch or Rashidi Ellis just as chinny, and we ain't know it.
I don't
Mm,
think Boots should try to do that rolling with the punch shit against Villa, unless he
shit,
know
I do.
unless he know he got him super winded.
I've seen Boots hit clean 2 good times, albeit these people probably don't pack up as much firepower as Villa because V is huge. Well, at least he's bigger than both of those people. Like he's bigger than Delorme and he's bigger than Lipinets. But if Boots wants to get in there, roll on the inside of Villa's jab where he can't get any leverage, I'm all for it. That's where a lot of damage gets done. Bad thing is being on the edge of Villa's punches. That's where you don't want to be. in the mid range or right outside of his jab. That's where he
Mm-hmm.
can get maximum leverage. So if Boots want to do that shit on the inside where Villa clearly has no skill, has no finesse, do that shit.
Yeah, I will say this is my honest opinion. I think Boots is about to give us a very beautiful performance. Rashidi Ellis was out there boxing dude fucking ears off until he just gassed out. I think Boots is gonna go in there and just give us one of them pretty boy Floyd performances with a little pop at the end.
Yeah, where he style on him. Yeah, I
Hmm
feel that.
Yeah, because Villa, like I said, Villa, he stood in there and weathered that storm with Rashidi Ellis. But when I was watching that fight, I was seeing him get picked apart left and right.
Uh,
He was getting picked apart.
Man,
That goes to what I said. This guy, he can't punch really. Rashidi Ellis.
well,
yeah.
Rashidi, I don't think Rashidi is just powerless. I think a lot like Bevel, he focuses on speed and doesn't sit down on anything because he doesn't want to be standing there to take return fire.
He
I
be
think
kind of
that's his
doing it like
problem.
rapid pity pat punches sometimes.
And he wastes a lot of energy with his feints. He's so focused on keeping his speedy persona that he does a lot of weird, twitchy, jittery shit that doesn't contribute to offense or defense. He'll just be like looking like he's almost breakdancing, looking at you, just like and it's like, all right, well, you didn't really do anything though.
Yeah, to a casual, that shit look beautiful. But to
Yeah.
a real boxing fan, like, yeah, he's gassing out.
Yeah, like in the first 5 rounds, he wasted a lot of energy just feinting. He wasn't pivoting, he wasn't posting, he wasn't jabbing. I was like, all the feinting you just did for that last 30 seconds, you could have got like 4 or 5 jabs off and then backed up some and then won the rounds. But he was in there like doing the Michael Jackson. I was like, all right, bro. Like,
Hey, Boots and Villa, they're around the same height.
Yeah, no, they're damn near the same height.
This nigga Boots got that damn turtleneck on.
he said, God damn it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I will applaud Boots for being able to make weight in a very professional way. His last fight, didn't he come in at like 140, like 5 or 4 or some shit? It was like
He
real
did come
low.
in like super underweight, and I was surprised. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I
like
say that brother
he,
146
staying in.
point
I say them
point two
brothers
or
stay in
some
the
shit.
gym. They say them brothers stay in the gym though, man. Him and his peoples, man. Him and his family. They say them
Because
brothers
but
Boots, because
committed.
Boots also trains people, so he's always just doing something. And in the interview, I think he said he basically has like competition diet year round, so he don't really party or do shit. He don't be eating cake and shit.
yeah, yeah. So I definitely am gonna give him his credit for that, because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he bigger than fucking Virgil. And
Yeah,
Virgil
Boots
damn
is.
near finna die making weight, and Boots out here looking damn good. Pause.
I think that's why a lot of dudes do that. They see dudes like Boost, they see dudes like Spence, they see all these big ass dudes making weight. They're like, well, shit, if they could do it, I could do it. And then they end up, biting off a little bit more nigga chew.
So how do we
what's up
feel
with this
about
guy
them
Villa?
Lil?
Though? Why y'all think he's so confident to fight a guy like Boots?
But man, Villa just happy he on the big stage again, getting another opportunity, getting another paycheck, and not to mention because he knocked off Rashidi in the controversial decision. Of course, he think he a nigga slayer now. He's like, oh yeah, I know,
Or
I
Yeah,
know
they
these,
got something brewing in the camp.
I
because
know
that's
these blacks. They're gonna run for their lives.
Y'all don't
I'm
think
like,
he
all
got?
right.
I
Y'all
don't
don't
know if
y'all
y'all peeped it,
got
but
something
that's
brewing
really
in the camp? Is there drug testing in this fight?
uh I assume so, but even if that, I still think he's gonna get his ass whooped.
yeah. But a lot of these Mexicans are getting a lot of stock from surviving against black people.
They are. That's like a badge of honor.
Man,
Like look at how they built Benavidez. Benavidez smoked Jalen Love, and they appointed that nigga the honorary nigga slayer. Like
then he whooped Canelo's
Durant.
sparring partner, the other
Oh
the
yeah,
other the other Ellis.
yeah, Ronald Ellis,
Yeah, he did him pretty bad, and they was like, "Oh yeah, he's like that. Look at
and then
this
he beat
sparring clip."
then he beat Darrell and Kyron Davis too. They're like, oh yes, these blacks will never face the mighty Benavidez. Like, all right, nigga, calm down.
Man,
Um, shout out to my dude YSM Sports Media. He said yes, there is VOD for this fight.
Oh, okay, good. So we
This
should be straight.
YSM, the guy, the brother, he's always interviewing Boots and his family and all that.
Oh yeah, shout out to them. They do good work. I be
Yeah,
watching
Oh
a
definitely.
lot of
yeah,
their interviews.
I definitely go to his page for lots of information.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Boots gonna get this dude out around 4 or 5
Damn,
because I
said
just
early.
like Boots' power. and his punch selection is really good. And sometimes that looks like, and if you start hearing the crowd saying, "Ooh, ah," you see this nigga with his hands down getting punched on, that ref gonna jump in that motherfucker, or the team gonna say something. It's gonna look bad, man.
I hope not. I hope the refs stay out of it and let Villa get his ass all the way whooped.
You know how it is with today's boxing. They pick and choose who they want to let get fucking knocked the fuck out and who gets, just regular TK.
Yeah. Or at the very least, I hope it's a situation like what Hector Garcia team did with Tank. They're just like, you know what? We don't want to see no more of this shit. Let's just go home and go home with our ass intact here.
That nigga still haven't been the same since.
Yeah, now he's scared because his mandatory, I think, is Lamont Rose Jr. He gonna lose that. Lamont gonna beat his ass. So
He probably
bye
not
bye
after the fight.
the championship, nigga.
How you go blind after a fight?
Getting punched in the eyes.
Didn't something come up with that fight with Lamont Roach and Hector Garcia?
Hector Garcia, I heard that he's just not around to make it. Like there hasn't been that many meetings. The negotiations haven't even taken place.
Yeah, I had said something to Lamont Roach and Oshaki Foster about a unification, and he was like, he's still waiting on scary ass Hector Garcia.
Yeah, Hector not picking up the phone. He said he's still on vacation, trying to get back around. Like, yeah, you trying to hang on to that little belt, trying to finesse your way out this shit.
They probably
That
gonna try to do a
That
rematch.
nigga went home, ate some fucking fried plantains, and just kicked it.
I can see them. I can see them trying to do a rematch with old boy.
Tank.
With Gutierrez?
Yeah, no, pink hair. What's his name?
Oh, Colbert?
Colbert.
Oh my God, he better not circle around and give Colbert another damn shot.
Shit, after Colbert beat or got a gift. I don't even know how to look at that fight, but after his fight with El Rayo, he was calling for the rematch.
Oh my Lord.
Funny ass fight, bro.
I thought Colbert lost, but that's just me.
Man, they was like, "Oh, he did enough to edge it out." No, he didn't. He did enough to
Niggas talking about
survive.
Cobra
Just
lost.
getting his ass beat.
I'm done watching boxing because I seen fucking Lomachenko lose a fucking fight to Devin Haney, but didn't say they done with boxing after watching that shit.
Oh
We
no,
need to
fuck that.
reorganize the scoring.
Y'all know old boy that's he's supposed. Y'all know old boy that's supposed to be cousins with Boo Boo Andretti.
Yeah,
Him and Ty, the Crawford fan. They both said that they was gonna be done with boxing if Bud loses. That's
Oh,
what
good.
Hey, these
I
niggas don't
definitely.
be real boxing fans, bro. They be man fans.
They both need to be gone. They don't be knowing what they're talking about. 9 times out of 10, they be on Twitter for fucking personal beef reasons. They don't even give a shit about boxing. So when Bud finally get torn out the goddamn frame, I hope they both stay gone forever.
dude. I was just watching Errol Spence versus Eubank, right? I was watching it with my brother-in-law. He's a casual. He never seen that fight. So we watching that fight, and he's like, "Man, I got Bud winning because I've been hearing that he's more versatile and this, and that, and he a good counter puncher and all that." I'm like, "Yeah, he good. But just watch this fight." He's watching that fight. He said, "Yeah, this guy, he's just throwing punches, whatever." Round 4, 5, 6, them coming up, man. He's like, "Man, this dude just really beating the shit out of him, and he's just all on him." And I was like, imagine a much smaller Bud, because Yugas is a big dude. Imagine a smaller dude fighting Errol Spence. Errol Spence is applying that same amount of pressure, even more. What do you think is gonna happen?
Nah, man, Bud gonna get him cause knockouts, bro. Don't you understand? Knockouts, nigga.
And he switch.
Spence can't punch.
Man,
I watched Crawford and Brook this morning, and just the way Brook was establishing the jab, and just if he wouldn't have ran into that fan, I think he would have got beat no matter what. But that little way he ran into that punch was awkward as fuck. But how he was controlling Crawford with the jab through the first 3 rounds, like it just Earl masterful with that jab, man. It's gonna be a long night for Bud, man. I don't know.
what was fucking Yugas up heavy was them short uppercuts. Them short uppercuts, like he going like this. He picked
Bud not gonna sit there and eat that.
And what a lot of people don't like to give Spence credit for, he turned a lot of these niggas into Adrian Broner. These niggas come in here talking that hot shit, then they get in here and start trying to survive. They don't want to let their hands go. They just trying to weather the storm. And then they look up and now they down 7 rounds.
You know what
Yeah.
it is too? Sometimes folks be like, Errol Spence, he punched too low. He punched too low. That nigga be hitting them niggas in them hips, making them niggas lock up and not want to do shit, but just tighten up like.
Hell yeah, if you ever had pains in your hips, you'll know that shit will hurt you from taking a step. Nigga, it's hard to walk when your hips hurt.
I'm
I've
telling you,
taken I've taken body shots. I've taken body shots in the gym. I tell people the reason why it gets hard is because it's not even your hips or anything. It's your diaphragm. Your diaphragm, where your chest is pumping all your air, is not meant to take blows. So when you get hit 6 7 times and you're already doing cardio, cardio active, you're doing like lots of cardio and cardiovascular activity. It gets hard to breathe, and your body wants to sit down, like
Imagine,
like you can't breathe.
treadmill at 10 speed and somebody's just throwing a medicine ball at your chest.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to describe it. It's absolutely horrible.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, getting punched in the liver, getting punched in the sternum, none of that shit is fun.
I know. And you see why niggas be gassing out though, throwing a lot of punches. Errol Spence, he's one of them dudes that's lucky. He's fortunate to be able to throw a lot of punches from fucking round 1 to round 12, man. Like, I
I
kind
give
of
you
felt
no
bad.
time to breathe, no time to recover. He just on your ass. Like you can't do nothing about it. Like that dude, he consistent.
Even
Danny
even
Garcia.
niggas talk about, well, look at the Mikey Garcia fight. He couldn't stop him. Bro, nigga, look at Mikey Garcia's career ever since that fucking fight. Down fucking hill. You know why? Because he took a lot of fucking damage. Some niggas not get knocked out. Some niggas gonna feel that pain where they can't fucking do shit after. For sure.
And a 12 round sustained ass whooping is far worse for your health than just getting slept.
One thing I give Bud credit for in a fight against Spence, he would have to fucking counter. I feel like if he's able to counter against Spence, he can probably offset Errol Spence's game plan.
And Bud is good at that. Bud countering, he's very reactive, bro. He's very reactive, like, and that's why Earl can't make no mistake. And that's why I think Earl is good at just keeping the basics. Like he hit motherfuckers, like he hit the mitts, like it just he keep his fundamentals intact. But if he lunging like sometimes Earl can do, bro, Crawford gonna be there to counter him. I will say that. I can't play Crawford like.
But if Crawford sit in the middle and like tries to trade with him, he gets caught with that short uppercut, and Errol Spence start ripping his body, and then back up top with a left hook. I don't think he's gonna be able to sit there and take that shit. I don't think he's durable enough.
I'm gonna say this: if Bud hits Spence with a clean shot and Spence don't go nowhere, everybody that bet on Crawford need to pack up your family. You need to
Yeah,
leave.
that's it. That's it.
You,
Yeah.
you need to leave town because the bookie is gonna come for them kneecaps. Because if he's not able to hurt Spence at all, he gonna get steadily torn out the frame until Bomac just goes, man, I can't look at this shit no more.
And then look at Bud's eye against Kell Brook and pop with that jab.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm thinking. Well, this is what I'm thinking. Bud Crawford, he has the mentality of going 12 rounds and he can knock a nigga out and he wants to do a dog fight. But I feel like his body is not going to be on the same page as his mind.
Especially when the
I
body
hope
I don't
shots
think he's
come
going to
in
be
early.
durable enough to take them type of blows to the ribs.
honest to God, honest to God, I hope Bud do everything Bud fans say he gonna do. I hope he comes there. I hope he wants to dog fight. I hope he wants to knock Spencer out. I'm like, come in and do all that shit. Cause that's just gonna take the anxiety off of me. Cause I know you're gonna lose.
Bro, how much you want to bet Bob Arum going to be watching that fucking fight? Like, but I should have told you not to fight that, brother.
You should have stayed over here with the easy money, baby.
I seen the video of Bob Arum saying that southpaws give Bud problems.
Cause they do. Southpaws gives everybody problems because there's not that many of them. It's hard.
And
It's
if
hard
it
to. It's hard to get good. It's hard to get good sparring. And if you're dealing with a southpaw that has fire in both hands, 9 times out of 10 you in deep shit. These are people like Tank, like Spence, like Usyk. They can
Is
pop with both hands.
Adames? Is he a southpaw?
Yeah.
Did y'all see that little sparring video with him and Bud?
Yep. Terrible.
And I was just say he beat the dog shit out of Bud.
nah,
Uh,
I ain't
uh,
see that. What y'all talking
oh
about?
my god, that
Oh, Ark,
sparring
you ain't
footage is
seen it?
that shit was
Adames
terrible.
was like 8 or 9-0, so he was fresh. And he was in there whooping Bud ass. I mean, touching him up. Bud started giving him good work at the end, like probably the last round or two. But the first 2 rounds or 3 rounds, however many rounds it was, oh God, Bud was getting his ass touched up. I'm talking
I'm
about he was
watching this shit.
styling.
I'm watching
It
this
was
shit right
pretty.
now.
Yeah, you gotta
It
go
was
look that
pretty
up.
bad because Bud only activated because he was getting embarrassed.
Yeah. He stopped getting work in and stopped sparring, and he started trying to win the fight like it was a real fight. And at that
Yeah,
point,
that's it.
young Adames was gassing out, and he already did what he showed. I mean, what he wanted to show. But hey, yeah, watch that fight, bro. But I'm about to jump off, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on. My girl just got home. So
Yeah,
Yes,
go
stay up,
sir.
ahead and
bro.
spend time with the family.
That's
I
right,
feel
man.
Yeah.
Be blessed,
100%.
man.
All right, man. Y'all too.
All right,
Yeah,
boom.
I'm watching this sparring footage right now. But yeah, I was just trying to explain to my brother-in-law, like, man, do you see this pressure? And then after the fight, he was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking one thing, but when I seen this nigga just fight, I'm thinking a whole nother situation because it's like, yeah, man, like that type of pressure is hard to deal with. You seen
I
how
tell people,
you seen
it's
how
He
fought.
fighting orthodox in this sparring video. Or which one is Bud?
Bud is the one. Yeah, Bud is the one that's
He
orthodox.
In the blue shirt?
Yeah, I think.
the
Yeah,
dark
well, I
blue
think.
shirt
Yeah,
with
I
the
think
niggas that's black.
Bud got blue headgear on, don't he?
They
He
got
got
blue
blue and
shirt on with
orange
red
shorts
hair.
on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no,
I
no,
tell.
no. This is Adonis. No, he fighting orthodox. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Adonis fighting orthodox
Well,
in this
Adamas.
footage.
Well,
Nah,
Adamas
nah,
has
nah, nah.
turned southpaw recently.
Nah, he's fighting him southpaw now where I'm at like a 2 minutes in 2 minutes in.
I tell people, I'm like, it's gonna be funny when Crawford start getting touched up in orthodox. He flips southpaw and realize this shit ain't green beans. He's gonna be like, oh shit, all right. He's gonna be like, hold on, I got to really make some shit happen here.
Ah, man, you better not stand in there with Spence like that.
And
He start
that's back
piecing
when
him
Crawford.
in on
That's back when Crawford was at 140, right?
footage from. I don't know. It don't got no date on the one I'm watching.
Okay. 'Cause I believe that was back before Crawford was a welterweight.
7 years ago, 9 years ago.
I, I mean, light welterweight. Yeah.
You betting on the fight, D-Hive? You be fucking around? You betting?
Uh, I might I might do DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, maybe I might do DraftKings. I haven't bothered to set up my DraftKings now that it's legal where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm a bet on Spence and they got the groups betting where you could bet 6 through 12. I'm gonna bet the knockout 6 through 12, even though
No,
I just
Julius Lamar Roach is a smooth operator. A lot of people, forgot how he was getting on Herring ass when Herring was actually in his prime. So he's made some improvements out in the out in Headbanger. So I think Lamar Roach should really get on his ass. To be honest, I don't think it's 50-50.
no. I was talking about the Spence Crawford fight. My bad. Yeah, I was asking what you betting on that, but yeah, that what you said is real too.
Oh no, I apologize. I was responding to Julius in the comment section. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, see, Bud is the one in the red headgear getting. What is it?
They say Crawford in the green.
Oh, yeah, I think that's Adamas is Adamas in the red headgear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm on my phone, not instead of my laptop. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I really hope that Crawford comes in and tries because people always talk about his physical strength because he has a background in wrestling, because he has deadlift videos up. Cool. I hope he has this exact same game plan and rushes in trying to knock out Spence. I hope to God he does exactly that from the first round. None of that boxing, none of that moving. Come in and show us that welterweight power.
Yeah, that'll be if they come in and fight like that, and because Earl said he gonna step to him, man. And one thing Earl don't strike me as is a lying motherfucker. He said he's gonna come straight forward and fight him. You know what I mean? Like if they stand in there and go toe to toe, we might be looking at some you know what I mean? We didn't
Hey,
expect
I
to
don't
see.
know. I don't know what Dripper's talking about. Adamas was getting tagged up.
Yeah, that's why I was like, who is who? Shit, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Yeah, Adamas was getting his ass tagged the fuck up.
For the first 2 rounds, Adamas had all the advantage, but this is toward the end when, like Drip said, that Crawford started turning up because he was getting embarrassed.
Yeah, he got that nigga Adamas like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, hell yeah, you better be good. Hey, nah, Bud was putting it on his.
Now, hey, Bud got hands, bro. Like
Hey, he do got hands. Oh, he's
I've
putting it
been
on.
watching a lot of the shit, man, just in the last few days and just catching up on everybody fights and man, Bud got hands, man. That boy's so reactive, man. That nigga, man, he
He is.
talented as a
But
motherfucker,
my
man.
thing is, can he sustain that? Get
But
punched on
I've seen
after
him get hurt
Spence.
by a smaller guy. Like I've seen him get touched too many times by everybody he's faced. But a lot of opponents, like Green Machine, definitely dropped him. Like even Hank Lundy was getting shit off. You
Gamboa.
know, Gamboa got plenty shit off. Like he really fucked him up for real at one point. You know, Bud just got a lot of dog in him too. But if you can't take that type of punch, imagine what Earl big ass gonna do to you, man. And I don't know how in shape. I mean, not in shape, but as far as Earl physical from the accident and all that old shit. But I went to the Danny Garcia fight and the you guys fight. Like, man, Earl's ready. Like, I don't think Earl has nothing to worry about. I mean, I don't think he got no problems as far as the accident and nothing like that. So with him being in the best shape he can be, it's gonna be a long night for Bud, or maybe a short one. Goddamn me, depending on how he want to go about it.
One advantage Bud does have over Spence inside the pocket, I will give him, is the raw hand speed. Bud can put punches together faster than Spence can.
Yeah.
So I'll give him that. So if his game plan is to run in the pocket, let off 3 or 4 shots, then either back up or pivot out without taking return fire, that could make things interesting and, test Spence's ability to cut the ring off in his gas tank. But outside of that, I'm not even
Right.
sure if he's going to. Outside of that, I'm not even sure if he's going to be able to throw enough punches to win a decent decision.
Yeah, all that old starting late that he liked to do. That's not in his favor for a motherfucker who start out the gate throwing that jab soon as the bell ring. Like he better not start late. And like you say, if he get to that body early enough, stop all crop for movement and all that other shit. You got to stand in the pocket with Spence. Man, that's dangerous.
And
Cause he
also, I'm
did
not
better
going to.
work on the
Oh,
inside.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I apologize. No, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I would just say he did better work on the inside than people like to give him credit to against Porter. Spence and Porter, like people give, I don't know why they just act like Spence didn't really do a lot of great work on the inside against Porter. Like motherfucker just be sleeping on that.
He
But
did. He
nah,
was
finish what
picking
you was
Porter up with them body shots.
And he dropped Porter. he fucking dropped him.
and he fought a totally different fight than he fought the Mikey Garcia fight. And I heard Earl say that he fought that fight deliberately like that. Like, what if he would have fought him at a more, you know what I'm saying, more of a distance and not make it such a close fight? It probably would have been even worse because you see what Kell Brook did to Sean. I think Earl could did the same thing. I think he kind of chose to fight that inside fight and had that type of, you know what I mean? People make it seem like Sean forced that on Earl. And which, I mean, you can give him some credit on that, but just hearing Earl saying, even before the fight, he said he was going to step to him and make it one of them dog fights. So, man, that nigga just more versatile than people give him credit to.
And one of the things that people talk about when they talk about Bud's ring IQ and all that, and his footwork and all that stuff, Spence was on the inside of the pocket, simply pivoting and making Sean Porter miss and chase him in a circle. Bud is good at using the ring, but Spence is also very defensively responsible because he was spinning Sean Porter, had him going every which way, and he was 2 feet
Mm-hmm.
away from Sean Porter. So it's like, yeah, just a lot of stuff Spence goes unnoticed. And also, I was gonna say that having Bomac in your corner fighting somebody like Spence is nothing but a liability. Bud will be coaching his damn self. I mean, come on, look at the career of Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring is a southpaw that has never figured out how to beat a southpaw. He's either been stopped or smoked by every southpaw he's fought, if recollection, if memory serves. I saw people try to talk up Shakur Stevenson for stopping him. I'm like, bro, Dennis Shafikov stopped the prime version of him, and we don't even know where he is right now. Dennis Shafikov could be dead, and we wouldn't know.
Sure would.
So yeah, so Bird gonna be in there trying to figure out Spence on his own. That's something that people not factoring in. He gonna be all alone because Bomac ain't gonna know
And
what the
that's
fuck to do.
crazy because Derek James so cerebral and so, you know,
Look at this shit
detail
right
based.
here.
He ain't just yelling at you. He giving you real game plan. That's one thing a couple fighter trainers just be yelling at him and just screaming and talking shit. You know what I mean? Like Derek is real cerebral, man. So when that fight get tough and you leaning on the corner for something and Bomac ain't got shit for you, that's not good, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
all all Bomac gonna say is, you gotta box him, man. You gotta box that motherfucker, bruh. You gotta box him. Like, all right, yeah, cool. What the fuck does that mean?
Hey, Errol Spence is working the fuck out of this dude, man. This is
Derek James.
Errol
Okay.
sparring. What's his name? Floyd's dude, Ashley Theoplane, whatever his name.
Oh yeah, the dude that Broner beat up.
Yeah, this nigga too small for Errol.
Derek James probably been watching Bud footage since he started training Spence, to be honest, or since Spence turned pro. He probably been looking out for Bud for the longest.
I got Earl hitting him with one of them short ass hooks that he hit Bundu and Algieri with, the same little short little shit that dropped him against that green machine. I just got one of them inside hooks just being vicious, man. I don't know. I think Bud Chin a little iffy, man. I think Earl gonna test that motherfucker. This fight might end earlier than we think, you know what I mean? Unless it's just the
My
cooking is in
pops
for
is
the
picking
rematch. But
Bud. I told my pops.
I,
He said he
I see
picking
why a
Bud.
lot of people pick Bud though. Like Bud's style is more attractive to most people. Like the way he get people, like the way it look. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah,
if
Bud looks flashier.
it looks flashier, right? Yeah, it looks more
Yeah,
appealing, definitely. And I can see why, and that's why I'm more. And I dig it. Like when I see his knockouts, they are impressive. Like he be nailing motherfuckers. Like and even when he get hit, that kind of make it even more, you know, animalistic. You get hit and then you react, but Earl shit is just way more sound. Like I mean, of course, it's been repeated 1,000 times, but the Tim Duncan approach is the Tim Duncan approach. Like it don't look good, but we got big boy championships, and
Who y'all think was getting the most work in that Errol Spence versus Charlo sparring?
Charlo basically said it. I mean,
I
when
was gonna say Charlo and admitted it.
yeah, he
What?
basically said it because when they was talking about potentially Spence fighting Charlo, Spence was like, "Oh hell yeah!" Charlo's like, "Oh, I don't know about all that," and I was like, "Oh nigga, nah, nigga." I was like, "Yeah, somebody's getting on that ass in the gym."
He said, and then he just give like, you don't know
I
Earl
you know what I
boy, he
think it
got the
is?
sneakiest
I think it's that
uppercuts, and
jab. That jab is too much for his ass.
And
Cause
also,
look at this.
he
Look at
said
this
it was
clip
the
right. You can
uppercuts to
see
the
it right
body.
here.
Charlo said Earl got mean sneaky counter uppercuts to the body. He said he actually picked it up from Earl.
I know
And,
Bob
and
Butcher probably like, man. I
and
know
you
who
know
the
what was
top dog in the
funny?
camp is.
And you know what was funny? If y'all remember, Derek James was in Charlo's corner against Harrison too. When Derek James was saying put the pressure, he said do the EJ on his ass. I was like, oh shit! So they using the EJ as the blueprint for all these dudes.
Straight up. Didn't they say EJ fucked Broner ribs up with one of them shots to the body? Took them out the gym or
I
something. I
heard this.
heard.
I heard this nigga knocked Broner out in sparring.
Uh, Damn, you said he stopped running?
Yeah.
I already fucked up his
That's
ribs. I don't know about that, but damn. I mean, it ain't surprising. Earl, a big, strong motherfucker. There's some video of him on the street fighting some motherfucking chest
some
down,
fat some
some
fat
fat
dude.
big
Yeah.
motherfucker. And Earl was just taking his shots, and the dude ended up saying, all right, I'm done. I'm like, that's just a big, strong boned
Look
motherfucker,
at this
dog. Like,
shit. You telling me Bud can take this shit?
that's why
That's
we
why they
saying
keep.
no.
That's why they
This
keep.
is
They keep talking about all the accidents and surgeries, hoping that don't show up. Well, didn't save Ugas, dumbass. Talking
Like
about,
you could see the ring rust a little bit in the Danny fight, but I do give Danny is a Hall of Fame fighter to me. Like, so it ain't like he was going against a bum, you know what I'm saying, off the injury. But you could still see, like, from the Chris Algieri fights and the Kell Brook fights, you could see it slow down a tad bit. But in the Ugas fight, I think he was more back in his normal rhythm. And I think even more so now he gonna be back in full swing. So it's not a
uh,
good thing for Bud. I mean,
Ugas made the mistake of thinking he was going to come right at Spence. He sat in the pocket so long, he let Spence get his offense off, and his legs stopped working. It's like, oh yeah, you can't move now. It's over with.
them body shots was vicious.
I don't know what Ishmael Salas was thinking. I'm like, this nigga Ugas got 12 knockouts. You better move around.
I'm telling you.
Like, I'm like, this man Ugas is big, but he can't punch. It's so weird.
And then it's just like man, one day I went to a Grizzlies game and saw Kevin Durant play. He was playing with the Thunder, I think it was at the time, and he scored like 35 points. But each quarter, he scored just like 12, so it looked effortless. Like he didn't go on no big, run in the third quarter or run. It was just consistent throughout the quarters. You know what I mean? And that's how Earl was against Ugas. It didn't even look like he was doing that amount of damage till you just saw things just slow down and eventually just break down. I'm just like, damn, he literally broke dude down for real. Like it didn't even look like that leading up to the, fourth, fifth, sixth, and all that. But man, after a while, I'm like, this guy getting brutalized out here.
Yeah, it's the
you talking
same.
about
It's
the
the
Yugas fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was watching that just recently, and I was just like, man, I kind of felt bad for Yugas because it's bad when a dude is fighting you out the pocket, and then out of nowhere he immediately just jumps out and start running around the ring because he felt something in there that fucking was like, man, this is too much for my ass.
He was like, oh,
Man.
I got to get out of here, but my legs not moving. What's going on?
But my legs not moving. I'm at the
I s-
fight. Everybody just sensed the blood. It was just like, because with the Danny Garcia, it was a little iffy. I was there too. Motherfuckers, Earl didn't put on the greatest show. It was a dominant win, but it wasn't like how he dog walk Ugas. You know what I mean? I don't know if this.
And then people say I'm tripping, but I kind of feel like he's way much better than he was in that Danny Garcia fight.
You say he was what?
Tell me if I'm
he's
tripping. He had a better performance in that Yugas fight than that Sean Porter fight, and this is after that car accident.
yeah, I'd say so. I'd say he definitely had more jab accuracy. Definitely punch placement and all that stuff is better. Of course, he was facing a different guy. I mean, everybody for the first half of the fight is going to look like that versus Sean Porter because that's what Sean Porter do. When Errol Spence said he was a football player, that's pretty accurate. All he gonna do is rush at you, jump on you, swing wild. So everybody looks like that against Sean Porter.
What you think about Boots versus Sean Porter? The prime,
Sean Porter,
the the
Sean,
same Sean
Sean
Porter
Porter was smart.
that fought Spence versus Boots. that fought what's his name? That dude who was just skating around the ring.
Oh,
Karen.
wait. Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. Sean Porter was very smart when he got approached about boosting. He said, "I'm not fighting that young man." Great decision,
Smart
Sean.
man. Smart man.
Because Sean Porter
Smart
would have to.
decision he could have ever made.
Yeah, Sean Porter would have to shoot him.
You think Sean Porter back in the day would have fought him?
Yeah.
Probably.
Sean, what
Yeah.
The one that fought Kell
respect
Brooks?
on that man name? He fought everybody.
Yeah.
Fought
Sean definitely
everybody.
back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Early
motherfuckers be
days.
faking. You gotta think he fought Devin. He took the belt off Devin. You know what I mean? Like shit. You
Yeah.
know, he fought
Devin
Brooke.
Alexander.
Yeah, yeah. He fought Brooke and Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. It just even in losses, you know, he definitely Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like he fought everybody. A lot of people be faking and bullshitting. Like Sean Porter get to it. You
Yeah.
know, I got respect for him.
Then on
Who
his
does
way
Keith
out, he
Thurman
fought
come
Buck.
back and fight?
Keith Thurman is a. I mean, they talking about Ugas, but I don't know what Keith Thurman doing. Keith Thurman having kids.
Your man
That's what
Dirk
he.
on her. He need the link. Or
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, let's bring my
Oh
man. Oh
yeah,
man, the man we've been waiting for.
yeah.
And
I can't wait to
that's why I've been keeping the live going. Though I've been waiting for my dude Dirk
get
to
his
come through here.
perspective on recent events.
Oh man, most definitely,
Yeah,
most definitely.
yeah. Go ahead and put on your best defense for Mr. Stevenson, because
Hold up, no way.
Lord knows he needs some good legal representation right now. He looking raggedy in the streets. Talking about Devin gonna duck.
Uh,
This nigga Shakur lied about sending the contract in the first place. Talking about signing the contract you didn't even send. That shit is wild. He was lying from the
yeah,
get go.
yeah,
hold
that
on.
was crazy. To the
Oh
point
yeah,
when I was on her with Art, I thought he said send the contract. Like I didn't even think he had the stupidity to say sign a contract that was never sent. That's crazy.
he
That boy
said
need to see.
at the club ordering bottle service, talking about sign the contract. Ain't nothing even been sent.
What Bob Arrow said? What contract? What?
And then to top it all off, he ain't even send a counter offer. He just like, nah, I'm not accepting that. Do better. Like, nigga, you can send
So
contracts to Isaac Cruz and Zapata, but you can't send a counter to Devin? What the fuck?
Okay.
Man, Devin
All
got the
right.
pussy.
What's up, fellas? By the way,
what's going on,
um,
Yeah.
Dirk?
What's up, Dirk?
what's good? So, look, this is how I look at it, bro. If they're both serious about this fight, which I'm not sure if they are, then they should be able to negotiate, something. You know, 25%. If Shakur feels he's not worth 25%, he's not worth 25%. Because we're not gonna act like Devin Haney is way more popular than Shakur because it's not true.
Yeah,
Let's be
he
real.
is.
No, he's not. This is not.
Buddy.
This is not an Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather type of
No, it's
situation.
not. No, it's not that deep. But yeah,
Come on now, let's be. And it's not even a Tank Davis. And if it was Tank Davis, Shakur would have took that in a heartbeat because that's
No,
that's
he
Tank.
wouldn't. No, he
Yeah, for
wouldn't.
25% with Tank Davis, yes, he would. First of all, there'd be more money in the pot.
definitely.
So
Yeah,
He wouldn't even
25%
fight.
will be
He
way more
wouldn't
money than
even.
he's ever made. We don't
He
know
So
what's
do
in
wouldn't
the
you
even
pot.
try.
believe that
He wouldn't even try to
Devin's
fight Tank.
25% is higher than everything that Shakur has ever made?
We
hundred
don't know.
percent, it
Well, we
is.
don't know that, Julius, because we don't know what's in the pot.
That's not Julius,
I mean, we don't know if it's 8 million. If it's 8 million a pot, that means 25%. He'll be making less for this fight than he did against Yoshino. Come
bro.
on, man.
Shakur's purses that he just started getting now for Yoshi is what Devin was making when he was fighting dudes like Gamboa, bro.
Yeah, because fucking Eddie Hearn was giving this nigga was giving out checks like it was hotcakes.
But about the popularity thing, if we compare pay per view and non pay per view versus Shakur's entire body of work, I mean, he didn't even break 1 million in Jersey, and he's from that motherfucker.
I mean, doing pay per view with a guy like Loma is not the same as your first pay per view. Like, for example, your Tank Davis, and it's with Leo Santa Cruz. You can make an argument Loma has a bigger profile and bigger brand than Devin Haney.
If you compare their numbers, no, you can't, because Loma's never brought out 41,000 people anywhere.
Oh my God! I know you're not talking about Australia.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah, you
So
got
them people came to see Devin Haney.
Hey, and
yeah. I
Absolutely.
was
I
gonna
love that
say you
because
gotta do that.
folks are telling me that that Devin actually didn't take a bad deal from Cambosis. It was a
I
good.
heard he got a bag for this shit. Like I heard it wasn't no bad deal. Like even with whatever he took, I
No, no, no,
still
no, no,
heard
no,
he
no.
got.
The reason why they're saying that the deal wasn't bad is because what Cambosis earned was inflated. What Devin took home was dog shit, but Cambosis, that 10 million, that was inflated because Cambosis's trainers came out and sued him, and what he actually made was disclosing the lawsuits.
And it was a guaranteed rematch, right? Or
Well, of
only if
course,
he Devin. Okay,
only if
dang.
only if Cambosis lost, which he did.
Okay, okay, but bro, let's look. You know, I'm not. I think Shakur will wash Devin, but taking a risk fighting Devin Haney and taking a risk fighting Cambosis is not the same thing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! So you saying that there's a risk factor Shakur fighting Devin?
Yeah, even if I think that Shakur will wash him, it's more like 80-20.
You s-
80
So
20.
that
Oh,
20%, they're still, although honestly, maybe 15%.
what
Because
Shakur say?
oh.
What
I
Shakur
don't
say?
think he can even
What
hurt him.
Shakur
But go
say?
ahead.
I get the best of him every time. Every time,
You
man.
damn right. You
I,
saw the sparring.
nah,
Yeah, we
you
did
know
see
we
this
seen in the
bar.
sparring. You know what we seen? We seen your man Shakur Stevens said,
I'm
"Hey," he
tired.
said, "I'm tired, man."
Puss
I'm glad you
ass.
brought up that one because that's the one where he was actually getting at him better than the first one.
I'm tired. Oh,
Come on,
and
bro.
you know, and you know
Why?
what's funny?
Yeah,
Hold on
tired of
one
whooping his
second.
ass.
Y'all know that's usually the story when it comes to Devin Haney sparring these guys. All of a sudden, these niggas is tired or
Bro,
And
they
you know
ain't
what?
in
I
proper
I was
shape.
actually I was actually doing some analysis. So Devin Haney on two occasions in his last five fights has not only thrown but successfully landed over 200 punches when necessary when pushed. Shakur Stevenson's victories don't really come from offense; they simply come from not getting hit. Now Shakur hasn't been in a pos- Now Shakur hasn't really been in a position where he's thrown over 200 punches, but he hasn't landed because most of his skill set is plugged into his defense. Devin Haney has hardly been outlanded for most of his career until Loma hardly uses rounds simply because of his output and his accuracy, and he has the range advantages. So you
I
put
mean,
that all together, and that could be more interesting than people think.
okay, but can we all acknowledge that Dev struggles with
Southpaw.
southpaws?
Southpaws, everybody struggles with southpaws, Dirk. You're gonna keep
Okay,
saying that, but
Not
okay,
apparently,
but now imagine the
but
most skilled southpaw in the world, which is Shakur Stevenson, bro. That's not a good matchup for your boy, and you know it.
Bro,
that's
so
currently
can
your
you
opinion. But
admit,
Shakur takes Devin more seriously than you think because he's bulking at an easy victory right now, an undisputed
No,
title
no,
shot off of fucking Yoshi.
you guys think that yeah, he's willing to fight Devin, but not just for anything. Come on now, let's be real.
Why? It's easy money though. Why would you get a king's ransom for no work? It's easy.
Because this is a big fight, and you want to maximize the profit that you can get in a big fight like this. You're not going to fight it for chump change. That's
is this his
ridiculous.
last fight?
Why not?
We talking like this guy like 35. This nigga like
This
23.
could potentially be like a Spence Crawford type of fight.
No, it's not.
later
Not
You
right
just
on.
now. Not
you
right
just
Later
said
on.
now.
you just said Devin has no profile. So what is we doing?
No, I'm
Devin
saying
has
his
like
profile is
200
not bigger
million
than Loma.
followers. I'm
Okay
just
then.
saying
So
his profile.
why would you be expecting lots of return for easily whooping a nigga with no profile?
No, I did not say he had no profile. I just say he don't got a bigger one than Loma.
Okay, so why are you expecting a large return for beating a nigga that don't even have as much profile as Loma? Especially if you do it easy.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I want Shakur to pull not pull his card, but call his bluff. Like okay, nigga, I'll take 25%, and then we'll see if Dev is really about it moving forward.
That's
Because we all know this nigga really just wants to go to 140, and you niggas want him to go to 140 too. Let's keep it a buck. You don't want him staying
We
at
do.
35.
Bro, if a
So
nigga say
he
he want to
he
fight
offers Shakur the fight at
that
135. If that
he
was the case,
offered him a bullshit ass deal so he can weasel his way to 140 and not look bad. That's why.
that doesn't make any sense because Shakur could easily do what you're doing and say, "Ha! Now I take it," and make Devin look
No,
like a bitch.
But he
Why
know
no,
would
he
he?
not gonna do
Devin
that.
wants
No,
to
he know
win.
he not gonna do that.
Nah,
you
that nigga
you know
wants
what
to
that
win the
kind of remind me
narrative
of?
battle.
You remember when Wilder's versus AJ that talk was in discussions or
Hmm.
whatever, and Eddie Hearn was like, "Well, we'll just give Wilder a flat rate fee of like $10 million." some bullshit like that, instead of 50-50, and Wilder say, you know what? Yeah, we'll take it. And then they say, nah, never mind, nah.
Exactly, like some
Also,
bitches. Yep.
y'all might not like this, but I feel like this is also because of Bud Crawford, and let me explain why.
What that mean?
When Bud, yeah, listen, see, when Bud and Spence first started negotiating, remember Earl was talking about 80-20, 70-30, around that. Guess what ended up happening? They're basically doing a 50-50 deal, and they're both getting the same amount guaranteed. Earl had to take some. Earl had to take some. What's the word I'm looking for?
You have to make some
Sacrifices.
concessions.
Yeah, he had to make some concessions for this fight to happen. So when you see that, as Shakur Stevens saying, that's your big brother, you gonna want to have your what you feel like your worth is also. So that might be part of the reason why you're seeing this.
I understand he's operating like Bud. That's why I'm calling him a bitch. But here's the thing: do you want to know why it's different? Number one, Bud is a sitting champion. That's number two. Number one, he's a sitting champion. That's number one. Number two, Spence actually wanted to fight Bud more than Bud wants to fight Spence, and Bud is necessary for what Spence sees as his in total legacy. The work has already been done at 135. Devin Haney is good, especially after clipping the guy that got him labeled the email champion. I know it may hurt to hear, but Devin Haney doesn't really need to fight Shakur. All of Shakur's hype comes from public fucking opinion. Because at the end of the day, he's had not one chance, but two to press Devin Haney to the WBO, and both times he hasn't done it. Now, a formal deal that's been offered that he fucking lied about sending Devin has actually been sent to him, and he's publicly saying no. So Shakur is
So
making himself look bad, not
And you know
not
what
any
makes
one
it
of
look
us.
crazy? It's being reported too that the contract was actually being presented by Bob Arum or Top
So
Rank.
Even Bob Arum don't think Shakur is worth all the shit you talking.
So it's
Bob
like,
Arum like,
we
go
don't
on and
know
take
that
this
we
shit,
don't
nigga.
know if that's true or not.
So you gonna
Cause
believe Shakur after he lied about sending a contract?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that is suspect that he said because we don't know what the fuck that contract was.
it's not. Think about it. Devin Haney doesn't have the network. So you tell me
Mhm.
your company is offering 25% to you?
Yep.
I mean, damn, like maybe your
And
company don't want you to take that fight.
and keep in
I'm
mind, keep in mind, 25% is more than the WBO mandated purse bid. So Devin Haney was actually trying to give him some respect, but because people don't do any research into the bylaws, they didn't really know all of that. But
isn't
I
it
posted. Go
isn't
ahead.
it the mandate or whatever it is for the WB we said WBO, right?
The
Or
Yep.
WBO,
W
not the
yeah,
WBC.
it's also 75-25 or 70-30, right?
No, it's actually because the WBO got to get a percentage if Top Rank fails to meet the mandate deadline and it has to go to purse bid. So the WBO got to get a percentage. It's like 60. It's like 68-17, some shit like that. But it's below 25%. So Devin Haney's actually trying to do him a fucking favor.
Right.
But
I don't
either
think
way,
so, bro.
this dude has less profile than Lomachenko, according to you, and it's some easy ass work. You do this, and you can request a big piece of chicken for the rest of your career from anybody that's not named Tank Davis.
You can even talk that shit in the Davis fight because you clipped Devin.
I
And
want to see.
and
Look,
you be undisputed.
before I give my final opinion on this whole ordeal or whatever, I want to see what happens going forward. Because for all we know, they probably negotiations right now.
Aren't you going to give Devin Haney some respect for still taking this dangerous fight at 135, where everybody say he need to move up? Don't he get some credit for that?
It depends.
It's
If
a,
if if
oh, this
if
nigga.
if they if they're actually in negotiations, then yes. If he just offered him this deal and said take it or leave it, then no, because he knows Shakur's not going to accept that shit.
Why wouldn't Shakur accept that shit? He's the ultimate badass.
Because bro, you not Floyd Mayweather. You're not finna little boy Shakur like he's a nobody.
Who is Shakur for real? Like, what has he done?
He's one of we'll talk about these so called four kings. He's one of those kings.
Based off what?
He's a two-weight division champion. He's a silver medalist.
He's a
He's
former champion.
he's one of the most popular boxers in the sport. So you can't say he's a nobody, bro. He's got a big profile himself, and he sells out every time he fights at home. Unlike Devin
Well,
Haney,
oh, I'm glad you said. Yeah, Devin Haney can sell abroad. Shakur can't even break a million gate at his house.
I don't think Devin Haney could sell out his own living room.
Oh, Devin Haney's never had to because he's been wanting to fight everywhere. Shakur don't even want to fight at home for all the marbles. So I mean, what is we really talking about? All I'm gonna say is that Shakur's legend is only from public opinion. He has not had to prove any of it. This is the first time he's been in that situation where he actually has to prove something, and he's like, "Well, no, because I'm not being
No,
compensated enough."
people always say that shit that he ain't fought nobody, but just like Roy used to say, I just make him look like nobody. That's what happens when you have a special talent.
Bro,
You make these fights look easy.
Valdez has literally been hurt worse in fights that he's won.
Okay, yeah, Shakur is not a knockout artist. So what?
So
He,
Valdez's best win is what Burchell, a nigga that had already been knocked out by a nobody. Okay, we got Joed Gonzalez, and then we got Conceição, who Valdez already whooped on. What is we talking about?
that's not true. Conceição arguably won
Who
that
else?
fight.
Who else we got besides them three I broke off? Who else we got? We got Caraballo,
You got
Tokakan,
Nakafilya.
Tokakan, Clary. Like who is
We
these?
got Nakafilya. You ain't mentioned him.
Yeah, the
Bro,
guy
I
who got
can't wait.
smoked. The guy who got smoked in 2 rounds by Muratai, who Shakur said he was scared of his power.
I can't wait for this fight to
And we got
happen.
and
Man,
we
we
got
gonna be wet.
Keyshawn.
Look,
We got
Dirk, you said
Keyshawn
you
This nigga,
fighting a
can't
nigga
wait.
from
You gonna be
UPS.
waiting because your man don't want to sign a
a
contract.
hibachi chef.
But
That
it's
shit
all
was
good
funny.
though. I still respect Shakur, but it's just like
I don't respect
outside the
this
ring,
some
this shit
bullshit.
crazy. I respect the skill and the
This is
talent,
bullshit.
but this nigga on some cap shit right now.
It's just like and the thing is I'm not just specifically on Shakur. I'm trying to weed out all these dudes. Like if Benavidez got no excuse not to fight Morrell next, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of that shit next because Samson said the deal was done. Benavidez came out and said he didn't sign shit. Somebody fucking lying around here. Benavidez is not getting Canelo, and he bet not go over there and try to schedule Munguia because that'll be some straight bullshit. Y'all in the same house. Samson said the paperwork was already done. There's no excuse why the fight shouldn't happen next.
Nigga. My
I'm
dude
sick of
said
this.
Shakur's a 2 division world champ, 25
Former,
kilos kind of low. Former.
former, former. He's currently a fucking contender.
Damn. But you know it's
Shit.
okay. But then I asked the question though, keep it 100 Dirt. Do you
Yeah,
think that Boots Ennis will take 25% to fight Spence Crawford winner for undisputed?
yeah. Because Boots has no belts, at least not any real belts. Boots hasn't really built a huge fan base yet. He's got no profile. Let's keep it a buck. So yeah, he would take, and not to mention, taking 25% from Spence, you will make a lot more money than Shakur would fighting
Okay.
uh,
Do you think
Devin
he'll
for
take
25%.
do you think he'll take 12%?
He definitely would. Boots.
Honestly, the way Boots is, bro, that motherfucker might fight them niggas for free.
Thank you. Because
I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. He's the type of guy. He loves this boxing shit. He lives it.
yeah,
And
Boots is
and
a
that's
real
what we
dude.
not seeing in Shakur Stevenson. And it's like,
Thank
damn,
you.
because we
But
saying
Shakur
what?
but
Pac-Man.
Shakur's a young
Man,
dude that's got Bud and what's his name, Prince. Y'all know the nigga name.
Yeah, Jay
Uh,
Jay
Prince.
Prince.
Yeah, he got Jay Prince in his corner. They're not gonna let the nigga fight for 25%.
Yeah, it's because Jay Prince. That's because Jay Prince got his hands in the cookie jar.
You got that right. Honestly, I don't like Jay Prince. He tried to punk YB NBA young boy. Like, why are you doing that, dude? You like a 50-year-old man. This nigga could be your son. Like, you should be trying to give him advice. Like, why are you got smoke for him, but you have no smoke for these, you know, I don't know, bro.
People,
It's just
people,
No
we are our
smoke for
own worst
Bob
enemy,
Arum
bro.
offering your fighter
people, people,
25
Yeah, or
percent
Bob Arum, bro. Like, where's the smoke for Bob? But you got smoke for
people,
NBA young boy.
people
Come
act
on
like
now.
Jay Prince. People act like Jay Prince is some ultimate badass. This nigga upbringing was damn near the same as Devin Haney's. He ain't been in no poverty and no shit like that.
Don't get it twisted. He got soldiers though. They'll ride for
Yeah,
him.
they
They'll
claim they
ride
claim
for him.
Jay
They
Prince
try
gonna
to
come and get
they
me.
Yeah, they try to finesse YB, or not finesse him, but they try to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, basically try to depress him. Like, either get in line, or we'll show you that we can break into your house type shit, and you know send him a man. I don't know, but he
That
wasn't
shit
going for
wild.
it.
What do you think about Jay Prince other fighter, Big Baby Jared Anderson?
I like Big Baby. I think I've always had issues with him, like, lean stepping back. That's his defense. I feel like it's a habit, He's got to get rid
You're
of
not
that shit, bro. Because you can't have that in
Nigga,
the heavyweight
that
division.
Charles Martin fight,
you're not gonna call
nigga.
him Chinny Dirk? You're not gonna call him Chinny, huh?
Nah, hell no. Because Charles Martin has
Oh,
knocked
that's some
out.
bullshit. That's some
Nah,
bullshit.
hold up. But in 29 fights, Charles has knocked out 26 people. So we know he
Nigga,
can crack.
Linares got like over 30 knockouts, bro. How you gonna call Devin Haney and Chinny, but he fucking Jared Anderson basically had the same performance against Martin that Devin Haney had against Linares, but this nigga not Chinny. Come on, Dirk.
I
Nah, I
mean, we
wouldn't
we
say that.
seen
Devin
Devin
Haney
Buzz
had a
like three
way
times
better
now.
performance.
I,
This
I agree. Devin Haney did handle it better, but let's give Dirk the benefit of the doubt.
okay.
He fought Charles Martin, a dude who had been smoked plenty of times, was only a champion one time, whereas Linares was a three division champion, I believe, at the time. He had about the KO ratios was damn near the same. Jared Anderson was on fucking skates, my guy, roller skates, hugging for his goddamn life. So you gonna say Devin Haney Chinny, but Jared Anderson not?
Hey, man. Y'all better hope that Jerry Anderson is the good because he's the only hope we have at
Bro,
heavyweight.
Oh, you gonna switch it up? I'll talk
I
about America now.
I
Ain't that a bitch?
I'm just
bro,
saying, bro, because outside of
Ain't,
Wilder, because that nigga ain't gonna fight forever. Let's be real. He's
I
the only
know.
chance.
But that shit
The
got
horizon ain't looking too good outside of Jerry Anderson.
why
we got Cuban muscle. We can naturalize them niggas.
Because
Jared
what
Anderson
that nigga
got
you were trying to
fans.
tell me about before? The you
Linear
were trying to.
Piro?
No, it was he was an American
Hold,
heavy.
hold on one second. Jared Anderson got niggas looking at Wilder like, man, we should have took this nigga more serious, man, because these new breeds, I don't know, we ain't sure.
Hold up, see, look, see, this is what niggas always do this shit, bro. When Canelo first started out, he fought Cotto's illegitimate cousin, and he got rocked. I'm telling you, he was on Queer Street, and if you would have told niggas back then this guy's gonna be a 4-weight division champ, they'd look at you like he was crazy. So it's too early to be saying that he ain't that or whatever. And
Think
don't
about it.
forget Earl, your man's, he got rocked by some unknown African nigga. At least Charles Martin is a former champion.
Oh my lord.
My
Okay,
Damn,
thing
so
is,
Linares is a former
I just cooked
champion
that now.
too.
see,
No, Lin-
No,
this.
hell no.
My thing
But
is
yeah,
this. I'm not taking nothing away saying that he ain't gonna have a successful career. He can't be a champion. But it's like the signs that I'm seeing right now,
hmm
it's not looking so probable. You know what I'm saying? Because you saying that you crying all this pressure, you don't want to box at 8,
I only
and
want
then
to
you
do
get
it for
in there with
money.
Frank. You get in there with not Frank, but Charles Martin, and he nigga. If this was a 12 round fight, nigga, your ass probably would have been out of here. That's keeping a buck. That's and everybody. And I get it. Nobody
I
wants to
feel
say
like
it.
I feel
Nobody
like the
wants to say it.
pressure.
Nobody wants to say it. But that fucking last round, man. If it was a couple more seconds left, or if it was another round, that nigga would have
Hell
been
no, Charles
done.
Martin's goofy ass
That's
don't wouldn't be able to finish him. But look, I
Oh,
feel like
okay.
the pressure of fighting at home got to him, and that's why in
Oh
that
my
last
god,
round
all right.
you saw where he put his hands up to the crowd. He was trying to get the knockout, and he got caught. He should just been smart and kept his distance, but he didn't want to. He kept trying to impress everybody.
he need a new trainer because
Hey,
that stepping back shit, like you
Yeah,
can't
bro,
do
that's a
that
bad
against.
habit.
all right,
Imagine him
man.
doing that shit against Wilder, bro. He probably would have fell through the fucking ropes.
You
He
know
gonna put it
what?
on his ass.
You know what? Line okay. You know what? Line up Jared Anderson. This is give him some steady work so he can make some improvements. Line up Jared Anderson with that dude they just signed Makhmudov. Let's see how he handles his big ass.
Oh no, he already got a fight lined up in August.
Well, Makhmudov?
He no, Jared.
With
Who?
who?
He's fighting that dude he was supposed to fight. Uh, your whatever his name is, the one
Oh
that
shit!
didn't have his visa.
That dude's
Yeah,
undefeated. He better be fucking careful. He better
yeah.
be
But
careful.
look, I think Jared's gonna pass that test. Look, Jared, he just needs to make some tweaks here and there, but you still see some good things. Like for one, his engine. Is not many heavyweights that can throw 100 punches in a round and not look gassed out. And what else? He's got good speed, good reflexes for heavyweight. He's very fluid. He doesn't move like a fucking robot. So like he's
Man,
got some good things going for him.
except when he gets hit, then he end up looking like Michael Jackson.
I mean, this is the heavyweight division, bro. You get hit clean by these motherfuckers, you send you to the
That's
nether
what I
world.
said. Is he? Do you think he's too small for the heavyweight division?
Not at
Nah, he
all.
ain't too small. Look at Usyk.
Jared Anderson's fucking huge. Yeah, Usyk is a small heavyweight,
See,
but no,
you
like
see. Go ahead. But niggas
Uh,
think that being tall makes you big because if you think about it, he's actually a bigger man than Deontay Wilder. He's just not as tall or reach.
everybody's bigger than Deontay Wilder. I always say that Wilder's literally 2 chicken dinners away from cruiserweight.
Right. That nigga's
Everybody
built
bigger
like
than
an
Wilder.
NFL defensive end.
Right.
Jared Anderson, that is.
If emphasis on if he makes it past this next dude, like I said, line up Makhmudov. I want to see that shit now. That's gonna be funny.
I
Line-
think he'll beat McWood. That dude doesn't have the fundamentals.
You're absolutely right, but neither did fucking Charles Martin. We see how that shit went.
I mean, Charles. Hey, to be fair though, Charles Martin fought Jared a little bit differently than he fought AJ. Against AJ, he was coming forward, being all aggressive, and he got rocked. Against Jared, he was fighting on his back foot.
Charles Martin was out of shape, coming off of laws, and was on 10 days' notice, my nigga.
That nigga was not out of shape. He said it before that fight that I've been working this whole time. He's a professional.
He's a professional. This nigga fighting to keep the lights on. Oh man, he ain't been professional since he lost that
Hey,
goddamn belt.
speaking of boots, that Villa fight kind of worries me. Let me tell y'all why. Y'all realize this nigga Villa in all his fights, he's either knocked out his opponent or hurt him at least.
Or he's
All
lost.
26, yeah, in all 26 fights, he's hurt or knocked out his opponent. At one point, this man had 24 knockouts in 24 fights. So you can say what you want, say, oh, he ain't fought nobody, but you don't get a knockout ratio like that without some type of power.
That's true.
That's
true.
cool.
But you know,
That's cool. But
I just feel like the level of opposition is just a major gap from the
and
last.
Boots
We love
has
Boots, but we know he can be hit.
a lot of people can be
That's
hit.
true.
It don't mean anything if you can't get the job done.
Of course, but I'm worried that Boots is trying to look. I didn't look so hot according to some people. My last fight, I got to look impressive here, and then he go out doing some crazy shit, and he get clipped.
I'm not
It can
worried
happen.
about Boots. I'm not worried about
All
Boots
right.
in this one. I honestly think this is going to be a better situation because V is going to come forward. V is going to come to fight. V is going to be trying to knock him out, and that's usually the downfall when you're dealing with punchers that are either the same power as you or greater. And Boots in this situation has more power than Via, so we shall see.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it has more power, but the thing about Boots is he has the speed to go with the power, and that's a deadly combination.
Yeah,
And not to mention, he knows how to set up his shots better than Villa.
yeah. Via's going to be a sucker for the uppercut. You know, Via reminds me a lot of Jose Benavidez Jr.
I think
But
Jose had more skills. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Jose had more skills. He doesn't have that power.
I mean, that's an argument folks can
He
make,
kind of
but
do remind me of Jose Benavidez
you
Jr.
do because they both suck ass. They just big.
Nah, hell no.
And they got length.
Villa
They got that length. You know.
Villa reminds me of Maidana, meaning that he's not using a jab. He's unorthodox, like and awkward, but he's got bricks in his hands, and he don't get tired. That's why he reminds me of Maidana. But
They
the
got to
thing
be
is,
on it
though,
with
he
him.
ain't fighting Adrian Broner, and he ain't fighting undersized Floyd Mayweather, who
Right.
can't really crack at 47. Let's be honest.
He's fighting a dude that's the same size, faster, and stronger by all accounts.
Exactly.
What you think about Virgil Ortiz, man?
I don't like it because Boots needs opponents, bro. You're not gonna become a star beating up on Stanionis, Butayev, and fucking Mean Machine.
Hey, Stanionis and Butayev are some certified dudes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're
But
good
he's saying
fighters, but
that's
they
not
have no
nothing.
fucking
That's nothing
profile.
gonna. Bro,
Exactly.
that press conference today was like crickets.
Yeah.
That's because Virgil
And
wasn't fucking there.
you can, no, I ain't talking about Virgil. I'm talking about Boots in his motherfucking press conference.
Yeah, bro. Bro, every fighter, no matter how good you are, you need people in your division. Like in order. That's why Andre Ward didn't become as big as he could have been because there was really nobody at fucking 168 at his time until like Kovalev came around. But you know,
Yeah, and Mikhail Kessler. But yeah, most of them was European dudes with no charisma.
exactly, and that's what Boots basically is with right now. Unless with Keith Thurman, hopefully, he fights him eventually. So there's
Well,
that one,
Keith,
and then he may be
Keith
able to meet
Thurman.
Virgil up at 54 and Tim Zoo. and
Keith
yeah.
Thurman is allegedly lining up Ugas, so the winner of that fight should be thrown to Boots because it's about time. Ugas has been earning his pay, but Keith Thurman hasn't earned an honest paycheck in a long ass time.
Them two niggas, I think Ugas would fight Boots.
Yeah, Ugas will be dumb enough to fight Boots.
You know, shit, man, somebody gotta take the goddamn fall. Goddamn, pay these
Yeah, I
niggas
mean,
Showtime.
Ugas ain't got nothing else to do. I mean, he's lost plenty of times, and he's coming up on. Ugas is not a young man. He's coming up on 40. I think he's like 30, 37, 38. Same age as Better Be if damn near. So yeah, Ugas better go ahead and get it in.
Boy, Boots would do bad things to that man. Y'all thought Earl Spence beat the shit out of this dude.
Oh
Out
yeah,
of who?
He might put this nigga in the hospital
Who?
permanently.
Boots will
Boots.
finish Ugas in 5. Ugas can't
Hey,
punch.
you know what can be the fight though? Boots
Oh,
versus Thurman versus Yugas winner. Thurman about to beat Yugas ass. I don't know what y'all niggas talking about. Talk about
I,
Yugas gonna
I
beat Thurman. Nigga, are y'all crazy?
probably.
no,
Are
I,
y'all
I got
crazy?
I got Thurman over
Alright.
Ugas too.
No, I
Thurman
agree with
about
that
to
art, but
smoke
I'm
this
saying
nigga
that
Yugas.
out of them two niggas, the one most likely to fight Boots would be Ugas.
Yeah, Thurman the type of nigga to beat
Nah,
Ugas
Thurman
and then
Thurman
demand the
and
winner
Yugas
of
about to
Spence
fight.
Thurman. Spence Crawford.
Thurman and
Exactly.
Yugas about to fight. Y'all ain't hear that?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah, we do. But we're saying that
no,
out of them two niggas, the one that most likely to fight Boots will be Ugas.
So what
If
you
they
that's
think
what we're
were,
Thurman
saying.
going? I think
yeah.
if Thurman beat Yugas, I think he might just move up to 154 and try to fight Errol Spence.
That's
See some
exactly what we
bullshit.
said. That's exactly what we said. We said that if Ugas wins, he'll be crazy enough to fight Boots. If Thurman wins, Thurman will whoop Ugas ass and try to run.
He'll run.
Yeah, he'll make a run for it. He'll be like, you know what? I think I deserve the winner of Spence Crawford for no fucking reason at all, other than I'm Keith Thurman and I was champ at one point.
Keith
I
Thurman
think
salty. He missed his chance
Boots
to
should become unified champion and then move up to 54 because trying to become undisputed unless you're a star is too damn difficult.
No, there's no. I disagree. I think he should definitely become undisputed at 147. Wrap all them niggas up, get his profile up, and then use one of the belts to petition a champion at 154. Whoever got it, like
Okay, but
use the
if one
WBO.
belt is that golden boy and you are a boogeyman and you're not a guy that's a pay-per-view type of guy or a big star or ticket seller, then it's gonna be hard to get that fight.
I feel like Boots will do what you just said. Errol Spence did for Crawford. He'll go ahead, let them get a little bit more piece of chicken than they deserve, whoop their ass, and then move on.
Well,
Unless they really just on witness protection mode.
do you think he could be able to do that shit in 1 year? Like let's say collect all the belts in 1 year?
If niggas is fighting, yes.
I hope so, bro. That'd be ideal.
Because the
Cause
only reason why a lot of these fights don't happen is because dudes delay. Dudes delay either because of personal health issues or because they simply don't want those fights and are holding out for something else. Because look at
I low
Canelo.
key, yeah, I low
Canelo
key
rap.
want Boost to fight Mean Machine, bro. Cause niggas be overrating that dude. Like talking about, oh, he knocked down Crawford and he knocked down Virgil or whatever. Like, okay, cool, put him in there with Boost. Let's see what that power really about.
Yeah, I mean he could do that, but I don't think that's going to be very competitive. Mean Machine Green Beans showed more flaws in Crawford and Virgil than Green Beans showed his own personal skill.
But I'm
So
saying Boost will get more credit for that fight than even this fight with Villa. Even though I think Villa is dangerous, I'm in the minority with that. But
no,
shit,
Via is dangerous. I'm not saying it's not. I just think Boots gonna handle him.
I feel like Villa is one of them niggas that you gonna have to kill him. And that might no, I'm not. Let me not put that out there, but he's not gonna come here to lay down. Is what I'm saying. Like fucking Castillo, Clayton, and Karen.
Oh, you saying they came to? Oh, so you one of those people that say that Castillo came to lay down because Artman said that shit too, and that's bull.
Because look what he said after the fight. He was talking about. He was talking about. Oh man, nobody wanted to fight you, bro. Nobody wanted to fight you. Like, okay, nigga, you want a cookie for signing the contract?
I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you this: if Boots lands the same shot he landed on Clayton on Via gonna go down too. Watch.
Oh, he gonna land that shot. They be working on that shit. I like.
That triple G punch, that corkscrew. I'm telling you, anybody he land that on, they're gonna at least lay down for a little bit and go, oh shit, let me get it together here.
Man, I wish this Boots versus Villa fight was one of those quarantine fights. I want to hear them punches.
No,
Y'all
yeah.
know the thing about Boots to me is this is what I worry about with him. The dude is like a creative player on fucking Fight Night, where you put up all their stats or whatever. The only problem with him, to me, I believe, is the controller. You know what I mean? Like he's got all the tools, but sometimes the guy behind the controller it does some crazy shit that he doesn't need to do. If that makes sense. So,
You don't
like,
think
what I'm saying is, if
he
Floyd
don't got control
Mayweather,
of his emotions in the ring?
y-
He gonna do something stupid.
yeah, like, and not just that, and like, if Floyd Mayweather had Boots' body, there will be no debate who the greatest fighter of all time was.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I'm
would.
saying.
He would basically be Roy Jones Jr. with a jab.
Exactly.
Like you'd be fucking unbeatable. Like you literally have to shoot him.
Right. And
Damn,
Boots,
that is
because
a crazy thought.
yeah, because
Imagine Floyd
physically he
Mayweather
has
had
everything you
Wilder's body.
need. He's
Oh
got
shit!
he's got the same exact measurements as Sugar Ray Leonard. 5'10", 74-inch reach.
Damn, Sugar Ray Leonard was 5'10".
Yeah,
Damn, I didn't know that. I thought he was like 5'8".
yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard looks so small on like television. Like he looks like a small dude.
Well, that's because he was in. You probably seen him in the ring with fucking Hagler and fucking Hearns. Dude was like 6 foot.
Well, yeah, Hearns was 6'1". I know this dude
But
talking about Jamel Charlo is a weight bully at 154. I'm like, nigga, like Hearns was fucking 6'1" and went to fight at cruiserweight. What the fuck are you talking about?
what's up with
Yeah.
your? What do you think about Charlo versus Canelo, man? Dirk, how did you feel
Look,
about
bro.
it when
I
you got
know
that
niggas are
news?
like, oh, Charlo's a big dude, so he should be able to be comfortable up there. But you got to realize taking punches from a 54 pounders and 68 pounders is not the same. And
Exactly.
you going up in two weight classes and punching on a dude like Canelo, while he's been taking punches from guys like Bivol and Kovalev and fucking even dude like John Ryder, like them dudes. Do you think Charlo can hurt Canelo? I don't think so.
Hey, you know
His
what
only
I think
chance
they do?
is to outbox this
I
nigga.
was watching Canelo versus John Ryder right the other day, and
Hmm.
man, John Ryder he barely made it out this bitch, and John Ryder looked like a big ass white. What he say, gorilla? His name was Gorilla. He looked like a little white gorilla in there,
Yeah,
all
but
Look
he
like
was
floppy.
piecing up Canelo at the end of that fight, though.
He was
look like a
punching him down,
Neanderthal.
but yeah, he looked like a Neanderthal, and fucking Canelo punched him down, and I'm like, God damn, this nigga's still here. But
And
then
also,
like,
just
I'm
in case it
like,
needs to be said,
oh,
Canelo is still juicing. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That motherfucker is actively on performance enhancing drugs, and that is what worries me about a Charlo fight. You got to deal with a juicer.
Well, that nigga needs some better juice because he was gassing out like a motherfucker in that fight.
Well, that's the reality of juice. It's all invested in the muscle and the power. When you can't apply the power because you're limited when it comes to either dealing with southpaws or going over 8 rounds, then that's gonna be a problem.
So why y'all think he was eating punches like that with Ryder at the end? That do you think because he was just tired, or
he
maybe
was tired.
he's declining?
He
He's
was
Not
declining his head move because he do got decent defense upper body movement.
not when
it's
He
it's
ain't.
it's because Ryder wasn't shit. It's because he knew Ryder wasn't shit. So he felt confident enough he could sit in there and try to bang Ryder out of there. The difference is the thing that happened was the clock ran out. He couldn't apply his offense in time for to stop him because Ryder was allowed to get up 2 times.
So Mel has shown that he's got a good jab. He's
Right.
shown that he's got decent lateral movement, and
Mhm.
he's shown that he has a decent step back game. So, bro, that's what you need to do in this fight, bro. Do not try to go in there and get in a dog fight with Canelo because that's stupid.
That's what I'm concerned about, and I'm concerned about him being gassed because he's going to be heavier than he's ever fought at, and I'm afraid
Exactly.
I'm afraid that the emotions and the adrenaline of the moment are going to force him in a situation where he's in like the eighth or ninth round. He's up on all the cards. He's winning easily, but then he starts getting gassed and letting Canelo tee off on him on the ropes, like Canelo was doing Callum Smith. That's what I don't need because Charlo is not as big as Callum Smith, and he might fuck around and get some knockdowns. And we all know Canelo knocks Charlo down once. Everything Charlo did before that is over with. Canelo got all the rounds. You knock him
Oh
down
yeah,
one
yeah. He
time
can't afford to be in a close fight with Canelo. You got to
you know,
blink clearly.
what if this fight looked
because you're
like
gonna lose.
what if this fight looked like Mildred Taylor versus Chavez?
Damn. Well, does
Oh shit.
Canelo have the kind of engine Chavez has? I don't think so.
Oh
Not
yeah,
at all. He
Bruce.
don't throw that many punches. I'm
I think he's
concerned.
a better. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm concerned about it looking like Jermaine Taylor versus fucking Pavlik, where Jermaine Taylor doing everything right. and then all of a sudden Pavlik just goes whap, and then it's over.
That nigga, bro. How many fights did Jermaine Taylor lose because he gassed out?
All his losses came from him fucking up.
Damn.
And every single loss, because I've watched all of Jermaine Taylor's fights, because he's low key secretly one of my favorite slept ons. Every single loss he fucking had, he was winning, doing all types of work, offense, crispy, jab, throwing every punch perfect. He was in there looking more like Terrence Crawford than Terrence Crawford has ever looked. But he fucked up for a split goddamn second and whack right across the
Hey,
chin.
now one thing about Bud and Spence is you can't question their gas tank. The only time I ever seen Earl like tired was against Mikey Garcia.
Nah.
And that's because he was chasing his ass around the
Do
goddamn
you
ring
think he
so
was
much.
tired in that? I don't think he was as tired as he was in that Danny Garcia fight.
Yeah,
But
that
you know,
too. But now he's
but
coming
you,
back from it. Go ahead.
but one thing, Art, I was actually, I don't know why, but I was watching Errol Spence versus Samuel Vargas when Errol Spence first got started. And Derek James, even back then, was like, oh, yeah, we spar 15 rounds in the gym all the time. I'm like, damn, so Spence has been really sparring 15 rounds in basically training camps and off season? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all think he overworking for this camp?
I
I
honestly
hope
think
not.
I honestly think Spence has like all the confidence in the world. He does not seem super concerned. He looks very relaxed. He's like, we're gonna go in there, do what we do, and that's it. And that's great. Personally, I don't see any jitters. I don't see any
Hey,
jitters from Spence.
I know y'all got a dog in the hunt, but I don't, bro. This to me is a win-win for Black America, black fighters. So I don't give a damn who wins. It
Bud
is
is a
what it is.
coon. Bud
If
is a
Errol,
coon. I don't.
if,
I don't want him. I don't want him to win. I don't want that nigga to win. I don't.
if Errol Spence win, it'll be much better. And then maybe we can get Errol Spence versus Charlo for undisputed.
Nah,
If
we're gonna
Char-
get Earl Spence versus Canelo. Watch.
if Charlo fucking goes up there and survives, because I mean, worst case scenario, he gets the shit beat out of him and he's never the same.
This
Yeah,
nigga bold. He's bold as fuck for taking this fight.
That's
he
why I
is.
love Jamel, man. Everybody, no one can ever slander Jamel's name ever again.
So if he wins this fight, are we talking about all time great
Of
type of
course.
or what?
He,
Honestly,
he,
it's a let's be real. It's a win-win situation because even if he loses, people gonna be like he was going for greatness. Unless,
100%.
yeah, especially if it's competitive.
Right.
Uh, and if he does win, obviously it's gonna be a rematch because Canelo has that type of power.
Yeah.
That's another big ass payday. Probably he can even demand more money. So
Mm,
Somebody said
crap.
somebody said they wouldn't have Canelo lose his first fight on PBC.
It's not his first fight on PBC, though. He fought fucking Plant. The fuck is he
honestly,
talking
I would
about?
have preferred.
Very
I would
good.
prefer if the older Charlo would have got a tune-up. We see how he looked, and then he fought Canelo. That's what I would have
Man,
preferred.
Do you think?
older,
Do you
older
think?
Charlo can't even handle his wife. He let alone fucking Canelo, so he's sitting
Hey
out.
man,
Do you think
yeah.
Charlo, 154 male Charlo? You think he can beat John Ryder first fight?
Yeah.
58.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm never giving niggas look to go up 2 weight classes and beat any fighter for that matter. You gotta be a special motherfucker, and I love Mel. I'm not sure if he's special, but maybe with John Ryder he could. I don't know, bro, but I think it'll
Because
be
John
competitive just
Ryder,
because of the weight classes.
Because John Ryder, he came up from 154 too. Except John Ryder doesn't have a history of failing drug tests. That's why John Ryder has losses all along the way. John Ryder had losses at 154. I think he fought at 160 for at least one or two fights, but he had some losses there. And then he got losses at 168. So John Ryder's career looks like a normal person moving up. Canelo is abnormal simply because he be doing abnormal shit. It's just like when people talk about, oh, well, Charlo's physically is naturally bigger than Canelo, and I'm like, okay, so if you're gonna say that, Canelo's fought as high as 175, and Charlo's never left 154.
Well,
That would mean
his power has
that.
traveled, and he's got a chin, so he
But,
can go up in weight classes.
but why is
We don't
that?
know if Charlo has if he has the punch resistance to go up there. We don't know
I
that.
I say all that to say because that would mean that Canelo is unnaturally larger than all these people, and y'all know what I mean by unnatural.
Yeah, and not to mention, see, people get shit confused talking about, oh, he's bigger because he's got longer reach and he's
And because
taller.
he's taller, yeah.
Yeah, by that logic, Jamal Charlo is a bigger man than prime Mike Tyson.
Exactly. It's just stupidity. People say that because they're trying to give Canelo more credit because they don't want to get over the fact that he's picking a dude that's 2 divisions lower than him. Again, like he did with Amir Khan.
If Earl Spence beats Bud Crawford, becomes undisputed, and he pulls Devin Haney up out of the 135, will he get credit for beating Devin Haney?
Yeah,
You think so?
100%.
Do you think?
I don't
What
know.
do you think Floyd thinks about this Charlo versus Canelo fight?
Floyd, I don't think Floyd give a fuck.
Or you think he just?
Floyd cares about Floyd.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think Floyd gives a shit, to be honest.
I don't know. When it comes to Canelo, he does chime in though. He like to chime
All,
in.
all he ever does is say, I whooped Canelo's ass cleaner than everybody and I was 40. That's all he says.
What do you say? Canelo. Steroids.
Yeah, that's all he said. He said, I whooped this man when I was 40 years old. It was easy work. That's all he do. He don't care about what the fuck the Charlo was talking about.
Now, one thing though, Canelo, he does show respect. He said, "Does?" They asked him, "Does Devin Haney remind you of Floyd Mayweather?" Man, he looked at the report like he was crazy. He's like, "Nah, not
Man,
even close."
yo, somebody said this.
Yeah,
This pro Canelo channel said Jamel Charlo, when he realized his power didn't carry to 168, and when he realized that Canelo was about to send him back to working at KFC in the hood.
damn,
KFC in the
typical.
hood.
I know.
That's typical.
But
Yeah, bro.
again,
Canelo fans are toxic like a motherfucker, but just like
that
Pacquiao fans.
that makes Canelo look bad though, because you're admitting that he's intentionally picking a dude who he knows can't punch on him for real. So y'all every time y'all discredit Charlo, that makes Canelo look worse because this is not the first time he has done this dumb shit.
And you know what's funny? For years, Canelo fans told us that the Charlo twins are overrated. They just want a payday from Canelo. They don't fight nobody. Their resume is trash. They don't deserve a Canelo fight. Now all of a sudden, when he got a fight, he's like, "Oh, Charlo, he's big. This is a tough fight for Canelo. This is like, see what I mean? Like, keep the
Exactly.
same energy."
Just last week they were saying that 154 is a weak ass division. Now all of a sudden Jermell Charlo's the ultimate badass and he's actually the better twin. Y'all can't keep doing that. If y'all want Canelo to get some credit, y'all can't keep tearing down all his fucking opponents. I mean, people are like, oh well, John Ryder has earned it because he beat the mighty Danny Jacobs, who people say fucking Gabe Rosado beat. And it's like, all right, so you're gonna hype up John Ryder, put their shit on Charlo, and expect us to give this nigga all the credit if he fucking wins? Canelo is the
I,
favorite for a reason.
I think if Canelo killed their mama, they would still defend that nigga.
Absolutely. They would say, you know what? My mother wasn't all that great. I mean, she took care of me since I was a baby and put me in private school, but you know what? Canelo had his fucking reasons.
Yeah, man. You know he knew what he had a reason to do that shit. Maybe she wasn't meant for this world after this while or whatever. I don't know, bro, but they make me sick.
Exactly. And Tay, the reason why I said 68 and 17 is because the WBO also has to take 15%. I did mention that the WBO has to take a percentage. I don't have the bylaws pulled up in front of me because I'm not in front of my laptop. But the reason why the split is like that is because the WBO has to take 15% for Top Rank's failure to make the fight under their own conditions and it having to go to purse bid. The 15% is not only for the sanctioning fees, but for the administrative costs of having to host a purse bid and handle negotiations for the fighters, which the promoter is supposed to actually do. So relax.
So, hey,
Everyone wants to catch me up on a gotcha. So I had to explain that for Tay in the comments.
so y'all remember y'all know who Mickey Bay is, right?
Yes, sir.
That's Devin Haney's man's. So
Yes.
they asked him what would happen if Shakur were to fight Devin Haney. And
Okay.
keep in mind, this is your man's.
Going to be Shakur, and it's going to be Tank. That fight plays out. How would you see that fight happening, man?
Well, my honest opinion is I wouldn't fight Shakur at 35.
No, I'm talking about Tank. Tank and Shakur.
Oh, Tank, Devin. Oh, Tank and Shakur.
Tank, Shakur. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I ain't gonna lie. Me working with Shakur.
My bad. He's talking about. Let me go to it.
Look at you lying.
No, he does
He's
talk
lying.
about Dev. Give me a sec.
Look at you. Tried to get a sound bite. You're not even correct.
Man, I got to get up out of here, man. I've been on here a little minute. We're going to chop it up again. Might do a fight party for that Villa fight versus
Oh,
Boots.
okay.
Hopefully Boots don't slip up, dude.
So you doing a
Yeah.
fight party?
Comfortable. Bye, everybody.
All right, bro.
All right. You have a